of stuff happened, and I don't.
We don't
I'm
know that
trying
in
to
game.
guess.
I'll go through a recap. Holy shit! All right, give me like
Right.
a moment. So,
I'm sorry.
hi, hello everybody. Let's
Hi.
let's get first of all on tracks for this and go on to a recap of what happened last time, so that everyone has a bit of an understanding where we are. Now I know the recording last session was audible. No audio was disconnected. Visuals were shit. I hopefully fixed that now, so we should be fine.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers. Well, never say never, but fingers crossed. So, last time, the party decided to split around, and I'm gonna go through both last session and the session before that, just to get a bit of a clear view on everyone, as well as our still new player here, Van. So last time, the party were given an invitation, but before we got into that, they wanted to explore the city of Center. And they did that by walking around and looking out for their own things. Jack, who plays Ashfall, the human druid, decided that he wanted to research into a demon that has been haunting Ashfall for a little bit too long. And in order to find information about it, he visited both local libraries as well as the Royal Library. Finding little information, or rather most information, barred behind the Magistratum's seal of disapproval, Ashfall decided to search for an Inquisitor. And he found one, convincing the Inquisitor that the demon possessing him was worth his time. He was due to be sent over to Ruinous, the Institute of the Arcane, to find a means to be rid of this entity. In the meantime, Grimthought also decided to visit the Royal Library for reasons unknown to the common individual, but Grimthought had a plan. He went to the front desk and declared his positive and friendly vibes by giving the one person behind the desk a very generous gift that was supposed to be going to the King of Magiana. The problem is that the King of Magiana has been dead for years, with no replacement. So he was very quickly but softly escorted outside of the building. Him not wearing a shirt also did not help. The rest of the party, feeling an immediate gut feeling of, oh no, we've left Grimthought alone, decided to rush over and try to find him, and they did. Quickly afterwards receiving a message that Ashfall, on his way towards Ruinous, was ambushed by the half-giant leader of the organization known as the Triad, Mordecai. Mordecai is one of the three leaders that are manipulating the organization from the top of the hierarchy, and he invited Grimthought and the rest of his group to a duel. In an undisclosed location, far up to the north, an old mine shaft laid still as the half-giant awaited there. On their way to prepare themselves, the party decided to visit towards the Solace Heart Expedition Guild for some additional muscle. And they came across some old friends, the particular rogue who has been always just in the back of a tavern somewhere in the corner. But primarily, they run across one of the guild's strongest fighters, at least here in Center, Van. Deciding that he would be fine to recruit, and with a bit of a revolving door situation, really quick appeal of, hey, do you want to fight something? Van found himself quickly on a cart, making his way towards an abandoned mine shaft where Mordecai remained. Session 29, the party fought Mordecai, and it was a very long fight, lasted the entire session.
Mm-hmm.
But primarily what happened is that Mordecai kept on fighting until at one point where his minions were wavering, and immediately after the first round... Oh, that's nice. Immediately after the first round, Lupus managing to kill off the Archmage that was keeping Ashfall dominated, who, if you remember, was kidnapped. Mordecai found himself in a losing position and decided to try to escape. However, with quick thinking and a very lucky roll from Lupus's side, he managed to snatch the scroll of teleportation that Mordecai was going to use to escape. Defeating the giant was a difficult task, but the party managed to successfully do it, even at the cost of Lupus's life, temporarily being brought back by healing magic. Part of it being Persephone declaring to no longer require the boon that she had received so long ago from a fiendish source. With that tether broken and a newly restored high elf, the party managed to start scrounging up the salvaged loot with glee and joy, unaware that their actions were being observed by a party that they were already dealing with, the Triad. Particularly the other two members of the organization. Now with the hand gone, the eyes and the heart kept a very vigilant eye upon the group.
By the way, to answer your question there, Jess, the rogue in question that we encountered in the Soulless Heart expedition is not Joel. It was a elf that we originally ran into in Kern, who basically we never talked to, but Grimthon very enthusiastically and friendly waved to every time we went in and out of the bar, and seems to have decided that Grimthon is now his best friend.
He's just a brooding guy in a corner that sits in like the dark corners, and we're just like, yeah, we're not going to talk to you.
Yep, he's got this tattoo on his face that looks like it's really important, and in Elvish, I believe it is. I think we established it with the language as Elvish.
Yes, it was
right?
Elvish. Also, really quickly want to mention Persephone is still a tiefling, yes. And I'll be there.
Still a tiefling, just a very different class, and might be other repercussions, who's to say?
Yes. None, certainly not I. Also, don't mind me if I'm quiet. I am adding all of the magic items that aren't already in D&D Beyond to D&D Beyond.
Nice. By the way, Socks, for your own benefit, I know you're not very familiar with spellcasters. You've always had a bit of a thing of like you're not very familiar with spellcasters. Good luck with clerics.
I'm scared. And also,
Grimthon is hopping around. Oh boy.
Yeah, sorting it out, don't worry.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. The main thing to watch out for with clerics is just everything is prepared at the full start of the day, and you have access to the full spell list.
I know. I'm so ready.
Yep.
If you know it, you throw it.
Exactly.
Right on. So, sorry for that. I'm having a little bit of an issue on my end, so yeah.
No worries.
Alright. With that out of the way, you have been taking a nice deep dive into the spoils, and I've only mentioned the brief of it, which is the most important loot, that being Mordecai's, well, armament, primarily. So I wanted to ask, while you are still in the mining area, regarding the other corpses, I know that you have gathered up the magistrate corpses. Do you want to do anything else, or are you heading back to center?
Grimthon is definitely going to be spending his time like just moving bodies onto the cart so that we have like there for. If anyone else has anything major they want to do in the mines, go for it.
No,
I'm just gonna be chopping up Mordecai's body.
With what?
You are not coming back!
This soup's delicious. What's in it?
Oh.
Lupus is helping with that.
Okay, really quickly, what are you chopping it up with?
Do you want a bar celebrator?
I have a dagger and an eldritch blast.
I see. So
cut giant, half giant with tiny dagger, then give up and just start blasting the corpse.
yes.
Van'll see you at work and head over with Spanker and help with the disassembly.
I forgot about that.
Right, easy enough. Yeah, you dismember Mordecai completely, gutting him into gory beats. Surprisingly, his blood,
Very.
as it is flowing from his body, grows progressively less warm, obviously. However, you do notice that for the most part, his blood turns from bright orange into a deeper dark red as it is escaping, flowing into the very, very dirty earth.
So, quick question about Mordecai himself. Now that he's dead, does his hair and beard like extinguish?
Yes, completely.
Okay.
What does he look like? Is he like Zeus without the, beard and hair?
Oh,
and
that's
baby?
a visual, isn't it? Quiet.
Beard and hair is gone, so he has baby face.
What
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
what you watch
And he has
is
a really
that,
weak chin.
yes, what you watch underneath that is that the skin, for the most part, like beneath the beard, looks a lot more charred comparatively to the rest of his face. Might be because of your eldritch blasts. Not certain on that.
I am personally taking this as confirmation that yes, the beard and hair did in fact burn him constantly, and that's why he was always screaming.
Thank you, socks.
Perhaps.
So, seeing that, yes, he is completely bald, as well as clean-faced, relatively. Even his eyebrows were on fire, so none of that there either.
Alright.
That felt
Beard hair
good.
must have really bothered him.
Nostrils on fire. I don't want to think about it too much.
All right. Back hair, jeez.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Poor guy. We did a public service, really.
Mercy kill. We're calling this a mercy kill.
Mm.
Alright. Well, if there's nothing else major, do we want to just pile onto the cart and start heading back to town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Van's boss is looking for him.
I do have a question. How do we plan to get through the gate with a pile of bodies and
Well,
direct orders for us to not come here?
I mean, there's that, but it's also the case that they came here and then they died, so we kind of needed to because they weren't good enough.
But the magistrates also told us not to come here, and now we're coming back with a bunch of their corpses. That's not going to look good.
I mean, we should bring them back though, because it's their mates who died here.
You're right, but how are we gonna tell them that we didn't kill them?
Grimthorn's gonna kind of like look at the bodies, like, oh, well, hang on, right. See the way that these were just all like withered and stuff, they're all wrinkly and shit. We can't do that. So like, if we just tell them we can't do this, that'll mean that they know that it is us.
Also, Lupus, you sorted out some paperwork, correct?
Aqua?
Lupus?
Oh, Aqua has gone. Yep.
Oh, we lost Aqua, dang.
Oh no. Oh no.
I do believe that is correct, that Lupus did prepare some paperwork for us with the guild, but
Yeah. Also, yeah, I am right on
so
the
strange.
state. I am right on the state of the bodies, right? They were hit by the arrows and then they kind of like withered out from that point.
As I said, for the most part, for those who were more away from the center of the pit. For those within the pit, most of them you see bludgeoned armor, broken bodies with just burn marks on beneath the armor itself. Like the armor was heated to the point of burning the skin of the individual due to Mordecai's strikes.
So, Grimthon sort of like looks at the ones that are burnt and then looks down at the gauntlets that he's wearing. Oh, this might look bad.
Lupus,
Yeah.
just give me a minute and...
Put it in the back. Put it in the back.
Yeah. I'll put my back. Here we go.
By the way, if 1 hour passed in game, that means that the armor cave sucks should have resized itself and all of that.
Yeah, it's like shrinking down onto your body. I imagine that's probably gonna happen when we're actually on the car, because I can't imagine a full hour's passed since the end of the fight.
Oh no, it
So
hasn't.
what is the What is the armor?
The armor is Chardolin. Can you give me a quick history check?
At Shortling the
Oh
ghost.
goodness.
Those of
The
you,
blue one.
those of you with
11.
the researcher or sage background can do so with advantage.
History. I am good at that.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I rolled a 15.
Yes, I love it when this happens.
Alright. So, Chardolin.
How the fuck do we justify this?
Of course you can get the item description. For Chardolin?
Thank you. Yeah.
The one I
just
gave her was
do
the
we have-
other armor.
Yeah.
The blue
like,
one.
do we- Oh,
What's the
thank
name
you.
again?
Okay.
Ah, stop.
I'm gonna have to add this.
Yeah, but yeah, Socks, that's the armor that Lupus has on. So the one that
Okay,
you
and
have is
that's the
different.
one-
The one that
The
you have.
cast off armor.
Oh
cast
yeah,
off
the cast off. So
splinter.
that's in the items.
Okay, so that's in the item already. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just what I wanted to know.
So what you know about Chardolin? Surprisingly, Grim thought you've heard of this, but primarily Kiki has. Basically, Chardolin is armor crafted from a very rare metal up into the north. And when I say the north, I don't mean the north of Verks only. I also mean the Sword Coast.
Oh damn.
Yes, this thing is very rare here and rare there. Chardolin, what you know, Kiki, is a metal that is only found in very, very north spaces where an ancient tribe of wizards were located. Ancient ruins of an empire known as the Netherese. For what matters?
How do you spell that?
Oh, okay. I'll spell it.
Thank you.
The Netherese wizards, for what you know, very little is known about them, but they were the strongest power in all of the realms. We're talking the kind of power that is not even visible today, and you are in Magiana. They had floating cities that had actual vehicles that could fly through the air, trained dragons that served them, and even had a mastery over the arcane to the point of surpassing the limits that are known today. Even the strongest spellcasters of your era would not be able to really match theirs. In prowess alone, at least.
The spell plague be like that though.
Yes, what is known is that the Netherese Empire fell a long time ago for you to unknown reasons. Grimthought, what you know? These are ancient wizards that your tribe speaks of not very fondly. They were in a long time before. What you know is that when the orcs still had a stronghold in these lands, before the humans came, there was talk of a landing period of the blood-sucking humans that came first, and then came the others. What you know is that the orcs here would often speak of the magic casters, the humans in the flying cities, and you know that they were here for a time before leaving up to the north to Frostguard. You don't know necessarily the origins of Chardolin in Tales. It is known to be, for what you both know, is that it is very strong magical armor that can also be very easily crafted. The metal itself is bendable, like it is bendable like copper to an extent. Like it is not very thick. No, it's not very difficult to bend around, but it is very sturdy once given form, and also very easily enchanted. And by that I mean you can literally have a discount on any enchants you make at this when you are enchanting this item as a blacksmith. Like this plate armor can hold enchantments for days.
Interesting to know. Yeah, so Grimthal will be like, oh, that's the armor from the invaders that came from the north.
me on that one.
You're not wrong. How did you know about that?
Oh, besides, you should talk about him all the time. My granddad used to tell me stories about the invaders from the north. They said they had armor that was like really impressive, and it was really hard to like kill them because they were really, it was kind of like, and I kind of do a fist bump to Van. It's like kind of like this, but even better.
You're not wrong. It was made by an ancient civilization of mages long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they came in and invaded from the north, and they fucked up a bunch of the tribes up there. Yeah, it's really good stuff, though. Yeah, I think blacksmiths are able to make it even better if they get their hands on it. So, might be worth bringing it to a blacksmith. Oh, I know a really good one. Yeah, there's a really good one I met in town. He's making stuff for me with all of the. Grimfell kind of paused for a second. Goes, I kind of like groups everybody up really close to whisper to us like, with the dragon stuff.
Why are you whispering? We were there when you killed the dragon.
Yeah, but they were telling me that there's a bunch of dragon hunters in town. So like, you shouldn't talk about dragon stuff in town because you'll freak them out. They'll get all, ooh, you know about a dragon? Where you want to go kill a dragon? Tell us where it is.
Dragon hunters. Jen, do I know more about that?
The Dragon Hunters? That's a different history check entirely, so roll for it.
Entirely separate, but you can go for it.
40.
So what was advantage, because as they said, did you go background?
I'm also
14.
just gonna...
Yeah, go roll for it.
I don't know shit. I'm having a bad time.
No,
This
it's
whole
not,
time,
it's not that
Dave's
you're
just
having
smoking a cigarette.
yeah,
listening.
it's not that you're
No
having
thoughts, no brain.
it's not that you're having a bad time. It's more that it is not very well-known knowledge. Oh shit!
Can I try?
There we go. Go for it. That's a normal check for you.
There we go.
The 16.
Yeah, it's not very well known. Lupus, you would recall from your time in the expeditions, you did hear offhandedly mentioned in the guild down to Baradoc that some of the ruins in the desert down there, they were of a Netherese origin. And you recall that some of the Netherese mages did eventually kind of splinter when they came to Verx. Some of them fled off to the corners of the continent. Primarily, you do recall that one sect of them, there were mentions in the scriptures and the imagery that showed of draconic figures flying. I am not looking up directions on the compass. They primarily went to the northwest of the continent.
Oh.
I don't know directions, okay? Like, for me, the English directions are not easy.
I have a really stupid way that I managed to learn east and west, so don't worry about it.
I also have a very stupid way to learn that.
But yeah, so yeah, if we're in town, just don't mention that we not killed the dragon, because apparently they'll hear about it and they'll be like, oh, go tell us where you fought the dragon. It's like, well, we fought here. It's like, oh, but we really, you have to come with us and show us where you killed the dragon. So we'll have to go back to where we came. We're going to it'd be a whole thing.
I don't think our information would be that valuable either way, because it was a shadow dragon, and the one we fought before was some sort of hybrid, a freak of nature, if you will.
Yeah. Well, that one was not. It was walking on two legs and stuff, so it was a bit of a weird one. But you know, they probably still care about it. I mean, they probably even want to know about the curse thing with the blood and all that. I was telling you guys about with the first one, so.
Yeah, let's not discuss about our adventures that loudly in town.
Yeah, but is sorting out dragon stuff for me. So like, if we went to them with your stuff, they might be able to do something special with the new armor you got there, Flowery Goat.
Right.
And also, Blue Goat needs to get her armor refit, probably because you don't think it's going to fit her as you need.
The armor's gonna fit in 1 hour. It
Oh,
did that
all
for
right.
me.
Cool.
Like all armor is known to do. So, is there anything else you want to do?
Nah, I think that's us. Hop onto the cart then.
Hey, wait, before we go, can I see what's this? What's the company symbol on the mine?
Oh, easy. The company symbol that you notice is appearing to be that of a pickaxe hitting against rock. I can actually show you.
Huh.
Yeah. And they went out of business or something here?
You can tell that this is Peril Works. So give me a history check,
Right.
or even I'll allow survival.
I'd invest in
That's
that
not
company.
a big. That's...
Grim thought you're hidden behind the handout on my end. Just... Alright. Alright, history. The Perilworks faction is one of it is a mining operation. And they are here in Magiana. You would have known since entering the city that most of the crystals that are found in Magiana, they are excavated by a variety of other mining operations. Most of them are either owned or are business rivals with Perilworks. And Perilworks is it's the biggest mining operation guild on this side of the continent. Primarily, looking around, you can tell probably that either something happened in this mine that was not beneficial for the company, or the vein ran out.
Considering Kiki's background, were they with or against her, family?
I would say relationship would be for the most part neutral to friendly.
Okay.
Like mostly neutral though.
Like Kiki wouldn't know too much, but like she would know if they had beef with someone.
And I would.
Can I try rolling survival just to see if I can spot any like veins that are untapped here, kind of thing? That indication that maybe if there's no veins, that it might indicate that that's why they left the area, kind of thing.
Make a survival check, looking around, trying to check the dirt and everything.
Number 13.
What's your background actually?
I have the Wanderer background, so I'm good at finding resources, getting the lay of terrain, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll allow with advantage.
Okay, I'll roll again. Boop.
You've been through the world enough.
Wow.
That is 3 13s. Fuck.
13.
I don't believe in luck, but you look around and looking at the empty minecarts to the top of the mine and the fact that there are no visible tracks here, no human has pushed a cart down here for a very long time. Could be like weeks to months here because there is no visible tracks. So the rain definitely has covered all of that. If anything, you do notice that the entrances to the mines are also closed with wood. That usually means that most people do that to not let other people in. So,
chances are good they basically just ran this became a dry well and they left it.
Probably.
Yeah.
B.A.B. again.
But I think I know and got an idea on one of the many questions I have when I'm back at the guild.
Alright, well, we ready to push off then?
Yeah.
Right.
If we get in without being arrested, what do you guys want to do? I have some plans for tomorrow.
It's probably gonna be like 8 in the morning by the time we get back, because it's like midnight now.
True.
So I reckon like start today. I did say I go to see the blacksmith tomorrow. So
And
we'll probably
I'll
pop over
accompany
there.
you this time because I'm gonna need a good time to recover after that.
Yeah. Blue Goat, do you want to come with, or are you cool for equipment and stuff like that?
I think I just need to lay down.
I mean, that's fair. Alright, so me and Farah go to blacksmith. What about the rest of you?
Well, I have until noon, so we could, since we're in Magiana, we could probably sell some of our junk that we don't use.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can just sell it at the same place where we're going. By the way, Fan, I'm gonna need to talk to your boss for a moment. We kind of owe him a big favor after borrowing you.
Well, he sent me a message, so I imagine he's got some work for me to do. So you might as well just follow me back.
Alright.
At least he's alive. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I
Alright,
don't
so-
get paid if he's dead.
Do we want to do your boss then blacksmith, or blacksmith then your boss?
They're basically near the same area, aren't they?
We're fairly close.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of hours to find the blacksmith from the guild, though. So it should be able to walk.
Yes, but you do get distracted very easily by shiny things.
There's so much cool shit in that city, though.
Kik is going to use minor illusion on like small sparks, like colorful sparks around Crimthod.
Yeah, like that, but like even more. Like I saw one guy who's juggling them. He had like these bits in the light, and he was like juggling them. It was really cool.
Ah,
And they threw him up,
fire
and he caught him in his mouth, and he didn't explode. I was expecting he was gonna explode.
I just had a vision of you using that spell as kind of like a laser pointer for Grimthod the cat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get you. Fucking.
I can't believe this person will. Yeah.
This is the person we follow.
This is the person who's going to lead us to the tournament.
Also, I think you're muted at the moment, Jen.
That would explain a lot. Is there anyone
Yeah.
else who wants to do anything else before you decide what to do next?
I think we're heading back to town, and we're gonna deal with the inevitable fallout from bringing dead cops back to the city, and then sort out the various jobs we want to do around town.
Very well. You know me so well. So.
You see, Lupus is writing a report about what's happening like that. They won't have to explain anything to the cop.
So since we took a long rest on the way over here,
Mhm.
Grimthod says he's grand to drive the cart if other people want to just rest up. So
Yeah, that's feasible.
You see, Lupus, I'll take you on that offer.
yeah, you get some sleep.
Lupus and I will wake up faster than everyone else, so I think we can take over and you can take a little bit of rest before we hit down.
Yeah, no worries.
Very well. You proceed down the path, returning towards Shanter, and for the most part, the journey is uneventful. In the night, you do notice the glimmering barrier around the city is faintly invisible for the most part, but as you're making your way over... Now, this is after midnight, so it is summer, it is still cold. So, as you're making your way back, you do notice that it begins to trickle with rain.
Do we
Outside.
have a tarp?
I think we would. Logically, you would have a tarp over the
Like,
car.
I remember we
You
used to
did.
have it, but it burned, but...
Yes, that's the thing I was just gonna mention.
Yeah, this is also a new cart. So.
Yeah.
Primarily, the cart that you borrowed were one for mining purposes. So no, it does not have a tarp.
Ah, okay.
See, if we hadn't put on the armor so soon, we probably could have used the breastplate as like a roof.
Hey, do you guys want any cover from the rain there?
Nah, man's fine.
Alright. Well, I could have done my thing with my shelter, but don't worry about it.
I assume 4 hours has passed since it started raining and Kiki like wakes up and like my paper will get wet.
Yeah.
Constant precipitation to keep it not getting wet.
You see, Lupus just, well, puts a hood on.
Hashtag caster problems.
Very much so.
So can we count this as a long rest, or?
Yeah. It's very wet. I'll need a Constitution save, I suppose, from all of you at the end of it.
Okay.
8.
18.
Great. DC is
25.
10. Yeah. Nailing it. Great.
We making con saves?
Yeah.
We making con saves.
Because you're
It's like
resting
really
under
so
a...
good.
On the...
Oh my
Great.
god.
So, oh my god. Wow. So those of you who failed the DC 10 con save, you suffer 1 point of exhaustion at the end of your long rest.
Y'all should have really let me do the hut.
So I'm just enjoying the irony that a druid failed their weather constitutions.
I wouldn't say that when the druid is one of the primary healers.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
nothing,
but like, did
nothing's
Van
ever
need to
going
be
to
healed?
Yeah,
last
nothing's
fight?
ever going to hit Van. Something would have to hit Van to damage him.
You would have to get hit by a van.
Challenge
Hey.
accepted. You make
Its
it.
entire
raining
quest in
very
life is
hard.
to get to that point.
It is raining very
Or
hard and it
something.
is very cold. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Van's life goal is to find the thing that can hit him that hard. He's a little like One Punch Man that way.
Yeah.
You know, good thing we're going to the tournament then.
Yeah, no, it's perfect opportunity.
Right, you have not even talked with this person about your goal.
No, not yet. We'll get to it. I'll remind you, it took us roughly 5 to 6 sessions before we actually talked about going to the tournament as a group and forming a guild.
Yeah.
Hey, so while we're traveling, and I never had that little talk with my raven, I'm gonna do it right now.
Sure.
Good call.
You call on River, and you see in a puff of eldritch smoke, your little raven just.
We didn't have a talk about that certain someone and their talking arm.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I saw you were having a grand old time talking to it. What do you know
I
of
don't
it?
talk to the arm.
Well, it was more like shouting at you and you were shouting back at it. What do you know about it?
I know some things. I have been here for eternities beyond your understanding, and I have seen the beginning and the end of the universe collide together.
I know. I will give you screeches if you answer my question.
It is not screeches I demand.
Oh.
That's a
Crackers?
t-shirt if ever I've seen one.
I cannot tell you, for if I do, I might be in trouble. And
I see.
I don't want to be in trouble, and you see the raven just lower its head.
Oh, I'm gonna give him a little bit of screeches.
The master would not be happy if I did. You call it the Forsaken. It is the reason why I'm here. And if I were to tell you, it would not be good for me.
That's what it told me. Its name was, but that's what I. Well, it's a long story. Is there anything you can tell me about it?
It's old, very old, older than me, and I am ancient. See the
I guess
raven stare at you.
I guess there is nothing you can tell me that I don't already know. That's fine. River, are you happy to be here?
Roll dice for happy.
I am 38% happy to be here.
I don't feel anything. I don't have emotions.
I guess I never asked you this, but what are you really?
I am. Give me persuasion check.
Good. Do I get an advantage?
Normal.
18.
Hey!
You see the raven look up at you. There is a flicker of like holding itself back from answering, but it is your familiar, and for the most of it, to the best of its ability, it has to serve you as you see fit. I am a sliver of consciousness. I was once something else. That something was a thread. I was a thread in a sea. I was plucked out and given form. Given mind. I have no will of my own. I can think. I can make decisions. I can follow orders. And you see the raven just, as it is speaking, it is just like perching at the bottom part of its wing, just cleaning. But it is very straightforward with you in your mind.
But you seem to like and dislike things. I don't understand.
Make an insight check.
12.
Better than a 9. You do notice that the way that the raven, the familiar said that it doesn't have emotion was very cold, but at the same time, you didn't feel that this was entirely truthful. Because primarily, it just looked at you in an attempt to hide something.
Bird bad at bluff.
Do you wish to be free of me? Free
No.
of the master?
No.
You can speak freely, it's fine.
I do not wish to be free of you. You are the reason I am here. There are a lot of colors here. It's very pretty. And very shiny. You see him like staring into the shiny armaments around it.
Just staring at Van, just like shiny.
Leaving in the
Here, River, this is for you. Take it as a gift, and she gives her small knife. It's like a letter knife, I think.
I was expecting this would happen eventually. Alright, Riven grabs it with like one of his little legs, holds it up into its beak.
You can use it however you see fit.
Oh wait, I am speaking with you through my mind. I do not know how to use this.
By the way, I immediately apologized for this, but Master has presented River with a shiv. River is free.
You know, I was thinking more about that. River, what do you have? A knife!
No!
Yes, thank you, Jack. God. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted.
Oh my god.
I can hold it for you, but I can also give it to you whenever you want.
The raven looks at you and going, I have been since the beginning, and I am connected to the end, but I have only been me for as long as you have been you. And I would not want to be anywhere other than here. So...
That's actually really sweet. Come here, and she, oh god, sorry I smacked on my mic. She like picks up River and like gives him the head scratches she knows he loves.
Yes,
loves.
Power.
Absolute power.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I knew someone would find it. Thanks. I can't. I hate that Roll20 can post pictures.
Beautiful.
All
Hey,
right.
Road20 can.
You do hear River tell you something, as by the end of your conversation, it says, "Don't do that again. What you did. Don't go cold. It's not pretty."
What I did with the UNT?
No. The other. Back in the place with many small people. You went cold.
I see.
Place with many small people.
River doesn't want me. He doesn't. It doesn't want me to die. I'm not planning on. There are still a couple of 100 years left of me. All right.
Okay.
We'll see the end of the world together this time.
Okay. So, the rest of you. Lupus, the armor does begin to fit you. Like, you are inside an armor that's like 2 sizes bigger than you, but imagine if you were a giant. So, it kind of shrinks over time, like a deflated balloon to fit your size as you're inside of it. And when it does, it kind of like locks. You feel a warmth in your heart burn for a second, and the rest of you see the edges of his purple hair begin to just catch fire.
Oh,
What are you all looking at?
your hair's on fire.
Are you okay?
Do you want some water?
Looks to the reflection of my shield. Oh shit, it is.
Cream thought it's still raining. I think it's fine.
You can probably get a salve for that, I think.
Oh shit, River's got a knife.
Everybody run!
My dad always said, never trust a bird with a knife.
Well, this bird is on our side.
So,
You see Grimtoft, Lupus, and Fan together. They're protectively looking at the bird.
Just pointing their weapons at the river.
as you're resting, Persephone, do you go to sleep?
Oh, always.
You let slumber take you, and you find that your mind easily goes to sleep, and you awake in what appears to be the cart again, but it is day, not night. You see your companions; they are vibrantly like colored and everything, and you look down and you see yourself just sleeping on the cart. Little moths are scattered around it, looking around. You see some of them are on your companions. They don't seem to either see them or acknowledge them being there. There is one more figure in the cart. The figure of a woman who, in comparison to last time you saw her, she seems a bit less beautiful than last time. Her hair is a bit ruffled. There's a bit of soil on the bottom part of the dress from dirt, and she's just looking up at you as you're hovering in the air. And you realize you're hovering in the air.
Oh. This is different.
A few things are different. Have a seat.
Persephone attempts to sit down while hovering.
You kind of
Okay.
float down and materializing a bit of a weight. You feel yourself sitting, and the figure next to you says, I can't believe we're having this conversation now, but it is good. Hello.
Hello.
You might remember me. I am... You might not. You were very drunk.
We've had another conversation, darling, at the bar. I wasn't drunk then.
You see her turning to you, and with a serious expression, the expression that someone would show you that cares, there's a bit of confusion as it says, "This is the first time I'm seeing you."
Then who?
Ever since you came to my shrine, it has been very difficult to reach you. There has always been an interference. Even when you were inside there, you see now towards the city, the barrier around it, all of the color from outside within it darkens, losing its coloration, and a purple-violet light is swirling in the form of the barrier, keeping everything out. She says, I have very great difficulty finding you, not because of, well, that does not help, but primarily you have not been visible to me for a time. I thought you had lost. I don't know.
Darling, no.
I'm aware. Being a god and all, it's omnisciency, even partial, is ironic.
And who did I speak to at the bar?
You might find out. I know, but I cannot tell you. Not because I don't want to. Because if I do, you're gonna be in danger. And you're not ready yet.
Darling, have you patriots and always in danger?
I am very proud of what you did. But when I say in danger, I don't mean physically. I remember what you told me back at the shrine. You're a lot more talkative when you're trusting someone.
Yeah.
Perhaps what I want to say and why I'm here is because I can help you. I don't know, I feel that you're going through something that I once had to go through as well. A few different occurrences. There are not many places here that I can connect to physically. Right now, the reason why I'm here at all is because someone is giving off a prayer for me to do so.
Oh.
You need to find one of my shrines here. You know someone who might still believe in me, and belief is the only thing that is keeping me here to begin with. I want you to go there. Our link is very weak. And I need to know if you are ready to take this step.
Without a doubt, I will.
Is there anything else you wish to ask of me? She turns to you and she notices a bit herself. With a wave of her hand, her appearance fixes itself.
You may not be able to answer this, and if that is the case, I do understand, but there was a figure when I did what I did to try and save my companion, who made it seem that my talents were reliant on them in their entirety, and that something was done to me against my knowledge and my will. Do you know who that is?
You see her for a second muse. I cannot tell you directly, but I could tell you of a tale.
I do enjoy stories.
I know. Well, there once was a man who was a member in a court, and the court served the king. The king had a big kingdom. It was bountiful, but it was wrong. It was fierce, and it was not viewed upon well from its neighboring kingdom. And so, the two kingdoms split apart. The member in that court served the king against a threat. A terrible, terrible threat. Monsters that came at night to claw their way to both kingdoms. But they came from the one the nobleman was in. So the nobleman saw to the king, who rallied the armies of the other nobles and kept the monsters back, and he thought to himself that he could take the king's place while he was occupied. And so he tried, and when he did, the monsters came. Realizing that he would lose the kingdom in the process of usurping the king, the nobleman acted and sent his forces to fight the monsters instead. The king found out of the treachery, and furious, the king sent the nobleman to exile, so that whenever he would pass from the king's subjects, he would bow low and could not talk to them in a manner that would be befitting of his past position, nor lie to them. Eventually, that nobleman came back, and he kept on serving the king, more faithfully this time. Each nobleman in that court had one duty: to persuade people to remain in the kingdom, from outside kingdoms. And these people, they sometimes find themselves in danger because of the nobleman's directives. So imagine with me that perhaps there was once a child in another kingdom entirely who had a family. And their family was very young, very weak. You see a little fly, a little moth land into her finger. One by one, the members of the family scattered to the wind because the riches that they once had were no longer plentiful. The farmlands they owned were withered, and in time, the wealth spoiled. Then came a traveler from beyond the kingdom, offering them aid. The family agreed, accepted the aid, and with renewed wealth, they rebuilt the farms. They fend off brigands. They built themselves up from the ground. See the little moth in her hand suddenly looks tired and weak. Eventually, however, almost as if by happenstance, a terrible blight befell the land, the kingdom they were in. The little girl had no one to turn to, but the one strange wanderer who came to her family last. like stories because there is a little bit of truth in them. Not a whole lot, but there's a little bit.
You see?
Seek out my shrine. If you are... Destiny is a fickle thing. It is written, but it can be rewritten by any hand. If you have enough determination.
You can see Persephone just kind of wiping a little, like, tear from her eye. It's very uncharacteristic for her. And she nods. And she goes, of that I have plenty.
You will not be able to make it. No, you will. But if you wish to do so, you must be willing to face again that old, blighted farm. The people are still there. She smiles as she places a finger on your lips and says, I wanted to let you know because you have found yourself in a road with some very good people. You look at Ashwell and you notice that compared to the rest of your companions, he has a few more moths in him than usual, and she says, some of them, they are attuned to my domain. And you see, you look over at Grimton, and the moths on him are like beefier. Some are strange, yet that's what I love about you. All of you. Each of you is so special in their own ways. And there are always people who want to take that special thing away from you. She lowers her finger from your lips to your heart and says, and even now they are looking at you. I'm not one for scheming. They look, they listen, and when I can, when divine intervention allows, I waste no opportunity to show such people that it is a great folly to scheme to take something that is not theirs. Well, not always. But that is something that we're going to have to talk about another day.
Another time. Perhaps.
You know what you have to do.
I do.
I will always be here. You watch as she slowly reaches down, and suddenly the cart stops. Every motion in the cart stops as well. Everyone stops in place except for you as she reaches down and grabs a single petal from a single flower and hands it to you. And from the petal you slowly see it flourish into an entirely different flower. And she says, where there is life, there is death. Where there is death, there is life. If you can accept that, you can accept me. Face your fears.
I will.
With that, the vision darkens, everything falls apart, and suddenly you wake up in a cart beneath the starry night sky. As you watch in the distance now, most of the travel has been finished towards Center. So, anyone else want to do anything else?
Oh, you're awake.
Van is sitting straight up. His eyes are wide open, but he's snoring.
Is he sleeping with his eyes open?
Yeah.
Huh.
But her crows has a knife, so be careful.
You see River, he has a knife on his beak.
Good for them.
I think he likes it.
So
Go ahead, go on.
I had a vision. I don't know how to explain. Were you?
Are you alright?
No, if I'm being quite honest, I'm quite the opposite of alright, but I don't really have time to process any of that emotion right now.
You need a drink?
Surprisingly, no.
Also, it's the morning, so no.
Thank you, Kiki. To find Corey's shrine.
Well, we
And
can
then I
ask
have
around.
to go home. Because they are still there.
Well. You make it sound like there's some dead involved.
I thought your family was dead.
Who did
Yeah.
I don't. Did I tell you what happened? Or did I gloss over it?
You told me and Kiki.
I remember seeing what happened in your mind before.
Kiki, they're still there. Under it all, under the rubble, under everything. I thought I burnt it to the ground, but they're still there.
What? What do you mean?
I think they're alive.
They're not alive.
In a way. Well, undead, maybe.
I have to go let them go.
Who's eating chips?
I thought I did. I thought the fire would be enough, but it wasn't enough. My little brother's still there.
You have the power to get their souls crossed to the other side.
I will have it, but I need to find Corey's shrine first. The souls have been there for so long.
Well, we'll try to do our best then.
Okay, maybe I'll take that drink now. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
And when Van hears the word drink, he's like, what?
It's a moment to be unsober, I believe. Good morning. I had
How
a
close are we
traumatic
to the
experience.
gate? You should be... Yeah, you should be arriving in about a couple of minutes. As you do, you notice from the entrance, as you're arriving with a cart full of like corpses to the side, some of the guards are exiting to meet you. You see a few of the enforcers approaching at you with like weapons in one hand, and one of them extends the other towards you. Oh, whoa! What's going on here?
Here I wrote a report on what happened.
The report? What are you? You see, like taking the report from your hands, looking at it. What the hell?
Just read the whole thing. It's gonna be easier than me explaining.
All right.
It really is.
All right, I will. Keep an eye on them if you would. The other three, like enforcers, look looking at you. You see one of them like tapping the crystal on their shoulder, and you see their eyes closed for a second, murmuring under their breath. The other one's reading the letter. As he finishes, like goes. I am not authorized to deal with this. Can we?
Of course, goddamn bureau.
The point is, we just
Once
fetched
again.
one of your dead bodies. We figured you would want them back.
We appreciate it. I am again not authorized to deal with this. I need you to come with me, if that's possible.
Alright.
Can we talk to the manager, please?
Send a message to Lockkeeper Zarya. We are going
Ask Karen.
We're going to need somewhere of a high station. You see the other one go. Who are we assigning this to? Fuck it, I'll take the heat. Just send a message already. You seem like okay, fine. As the other enforcers are leading you into the city back.
Do we have a tarp or anything to cover the body so we're not just...
They don't take you through the streets. They take you from the side towards one of the barracks.
Okay.
And it's also like past midnight to the very early hours of the morning. There is not a soul awake at the moment, outside of magisters that are patrolling the streets. So, making your way over towards the barracks. No, you're making your way straight towards the royal hold. You're making your way to the big building again.
You see, Lupus? Fuck, this is gonna take some time.
Yeah, Van's gonna lean into one of the guards and say, "Look, is this gonna take long? My boss is waiting for me."
This is only going to take as long as Lawkeeper Zarya deems it necessary to. I just received the message. And if I were any of you, I would probably keep any conversation to topic because she just awoke.
Can she read minds? Wouldn't that be faster?
Don't be disrespectful, Lupus.
Perhaps
am
it might be best if none of you do the talking.
Van's mind is more bullet points than an actual piece of literature.
Lupus is still tired after experiencing death.
Oh yeah, all of you are still like wounded and everything. Even with the long rest, you still
Well,
have
I mean-
some scraps.
And, you know.
So, you enter into the royal hold. This is beneath the royal library. It is going from basement to underground, and as you do, you let the cart above with some of the magisters really like turning out the corpses of their brethren, just moving on, and you descend. The stairs here, the staircase that you take is circular, and you feel like walking for a few solid like 30 minutes down as you appear into a long, wide marble corridor, about 60 feet down, with multiple rooms to the sides. You're led towards the right, the first room, which is another corridor, then another, and then another, and you find yourselves before a rather large and less interrogation room than you would be expecting. You enter into what appears to be an underground lounge of some sort, or the living room of someone else. You notice that there are books onto the sides of the room, the circular room itself, and the height you look up, it is going for a solid like 30 feet. You notice a ladder that's like moving on its own from one end of the bookshelf to the other. Some books that are flying across the room, and on the other end of this desk that is placed in the room sits a woman. She wears the same garb that some of the Weave Seekers and Abjurers wear, but you notice that her own outfit is a little bit more extravagant and detailed. There are certain runes of magic inscribed on the robe itself. And she is, to give you an explanation of how she looks, she's a woman with long, perfectly straight hair down her back, completely white in color. She has sharp features, but she looks aged. Not old, aged. Her expression is cold and calm as you enter, and she shuts the book that she was reading as you approach. You also notice a couple of bags under her eyes, just beginning to form. Ah, excellent. The best news I've received all week. Please, you may go. I do not require any additional surveillance. Thank you. The enforcers nod and you're left into the room. Please, if you wouldn't mind, take seats.
Okay.
I need to check the vibe, Jen.
Check the vibe.
What is the vibe, Generous?
The vibe is serious, as all hell. Monotone to a degree, and very much in tune to how you would expect a magistratum like lawkeeper to stand on. In addition, you would know that her rank is probably one of the highest in the entirety of the force. Akin to a captain, that's what the Inquisitor title stands for. Basically, she's one of the leaders of the enforcement here in Center. She looks at you going, well, I do not believe we have the courtesy to find such interesting news this early. I am Zaria Coelano. I am lawkeeper of the Magistratum forces here in Center. I have just received news that you have arrived with the bodies of fallen Magistratum officials. I wish to thank you personally for recovering them. I am also made aware that you have claimed to have, and I quote, struck down a member of a criminal organization known as Mordecai. Is this factual?
Yes. I looked at his armor. He fired the final shot.
Lupus, darling. Sometimes less is more.
You see her like tapping onto the desk twice. And you see the quill that she has on the desk suddenly rise up and begins to write into some paper. Good.
Oh, that's handy.
That's a handy quill. Where did he buy it?
It's a very neat trick.
Van mumbles to himself, Varric really needs to get one of those.
You find this quill interesting. I find it more interesting how a group of strange individuals such as yourselves have found yourself in a restricted area with the corpses of multiple magisters, as well as criminal members.
We literally
Lupus,
gave them...
Lupus, darling. The very, very nice lady is giving us the time of day to explain ourselves eloquently, and in the eyes of the law, give us a way to present ourselves.
For the most part, you have actually done us a very good deed. By the letter of the law, you did trespass, but you have brought us not only back members of our organization, but you have also managed to somehow claim to have brought down a criminal leader. That caught my attention. Tell me, have any of you worked with any law enforcement factions in other kingdoms?
By all rights and standards, I'm still working as a bounty hunter under all the licenses and laws that provides.
I'm a merchant, to be honest.
I did not ask for your position.
We once.
Lupus.
Right.
You see her, like, rubbing her temples as she reaches down to the cabinet, opens a shelf, and you see her take out a potion. She uncorks it and puts a little bit into a shot glass and drinks it.
Yep. I had one of those days a little bit earlier, yes.
Raises an eyebrow.
You see Lupus. You see Lupus takes his canteen. Good.
Please do not mind my companion. He has a tendency to enjoy the finer things in life.
It was a long day for him.
Oh, I imagine it would be a long day for all of you.
Yeah, more so him since he died.
Pretty average for me, actually.
He's new.
And who might you be?
Oh, I'm Van. I'm doing some work with the guild in the area. To answer your previous question, I was a constable for a while, but it was sort of unofficial.
Constable. Any last name?
You mean like my dad's name?
Sure.
My dad's name is Ira.
Right.
Remember, all of this is being recorded.
So much recorded as written, but yes. I would also like to take a moment to ask you, have any of you got any criminal record?
Nope.
I was a
No.
teacher. I cannot have a criminal record.
Being
I was in
a
the
bounty
desert
hunter
for 100
provides me
years.
Let's see.
some liberties when it comes to the law. It allows me to work outside of it when the law itself cannot go into locations and areas to capture bounties and criminals.
I am very well aware of the profession that you're working with, Mrs.
Persephone.
Persephone. Have any of you used fake aliases when reporting to officers or members of the magistratum?
Really?
How do you define fake, darling? I've had several. I have had name changes, but I've never lied about my name.
Jesus sucks. Now it's
I
you.
see. Very well. You must be the glorious gods.
God damn it.
Yeah, that was the final
Yeah.
clue.
Fuck.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Then I understand. I have received reports of a party of multiple individuals having entered into the border from the wildlands with interesting news regarding their whereabouts here. Tell me, are you aware that right now there is a bounty placed on the group known as the Glorious Goats in Yirnia?
For what? If it was to kill, if it was for the murder of a nobleman, I am to inform you, we did not do that. We were framed.
Interesting.
I just
I don't
don't
think
look
you need
into
to.
it unless
Darlings,
you know
please.
who was it.
Let's not do this
Van
once.
Van looks at the rest.
I'm having just a migraine. We just keep telling people things. We just keep giving away information for free. I'm going to have
Looks at the rest of the group.
aneurysm.
Says, for the record, I'm sort of like a day laborer in this scenario.
It's
Yes,
just
Van is.
imaginary for us.
I see. Have you,
But
Mr.
there was orders of us.
Mr. Van, have you found yourself working under the employ of a member of the Soulless Heart Expedition Guild?
Yes.
I see.
I'm offering protective services to Varric.
The professor.
Yes.
Give me a perception check, all of you.
Jesus.
Perception.
Ass. 12.
Man's falling asleep again. He
Yeah.
got a 4.
But then,
Ashfall, you're the only one so far who notices a smirk on her for a second. Just for a moment.
Maybe that's because he's the only one actually listening and not blabbing.
True.
Grimthought has infected everybody with the fucking blabber disease. Persephone's just like, please, you need to stop telling people everything, all the details of everything we do. This is how they keep finding us.
You claim you have not... You claim that the bounty placed upon you from the state is misleaded? Or misled?
yes. Yes.
I see.
To be frank, I'm not aware of any such bounty.
Quick out of character, you weren't there.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It was the one time when we talked to the Baron, then the Man of Plenty showed up and murdered him.
Yeah,
We actually didn't do anything, we just went there to talk.
you see, if you want proof of that moment, we have someone that can show you the memory of that.
First of all, I appreciate the notion that we would accept arcane given information. However, although the Magistratum uses magic to a degree, most information that we receive is not prodded from or taken out of individuals. I know there's a car outside for some reason, I don't know.
Somebody parked wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
You see a limousine carriage out.
you look at her and she says, most of the information we find is still used by conventional means. Some is used by magical means only when necessary. And in addition, we have been very careful to extract information via magical means from individuals who have not been tampered with magically. So, although I appreciate your notion, I will have to decline that.
I can also just write a report too.
That will not be necessary. You're talking to me.
Right?
Let's get this first out of the way.
Jesus.
Give me a moment. Shit.
So, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Okay, but
Everybody's-
like, why?
Everybody seems to have caught the Grimthought. Just tell everybody everything disease.
No, Sucks. Listen to me. There was posters of us everywhere that we killed the Baron. So that is a very much like knowledge that the local walker could know about us. There was like
But it's
pictures.
also
Yeah, there were posters in Urnia. We don't know what else we're wanted for.
Oh my god! But then Jess was also saying that she thought it was cleared. Like we got it.
Yeah.
Sorted. You guys got it sorted.
Well, here's the thing. What we did was we went to effectively a crime boss, and effectively said, like, we did a job for him, and he was like, cool, you did the job for me. I'm going to push your bounties down the list so that people don't give as much, like, basically reduce the price on the bounty and push it down the list so people give less of a shit about it. The bounty still technically exists, it's just not as important and no one would really give a crap about it.
No, I remember him saying that, whatever. But yeah, that's how we also got to the Wildlands. Like, he led us through. Yeah.
Yeah. Zarya turns to you and goes, with a bit of a serious expression, she pulls out from the side of the shelf a little wand. The wand itself is of silver material with a tip of green crystal, and she taps it onto the desk. The crystal lights up. Let's make this a little bit more easy for all of us. She closes her eyes and focuses. Thank you. Now, as I wanted to state originally, none of you are currently in any form of serious trouble. This meeting, as of right now, and you watch the quill stop, is no longer on record. I wish to thank you for the information you brought regarding the individual called Mordecai. He is a known criminal here in Magiana, and it was kind of you to retrieve the bodies of fallen members. I have also just been informed that their bodies were not tampered with, as most of their equipment is still intact on them. A noble notion. However, I also have been made aware from your statement that you have pilfered the bodies of the dead. Are you grave robbers?
Nope.
I see.
I mean, technically they hadn't been buried yet.
That is
They
a...
You see Lupus facepalm?
I'll just.
I see.
We do not rob graves.
What about the deceased?
Mordecai, on more than one occasion, has caused
Attacked us.
harm beyond repair. Lupus, please let me finish speaking. Has caused us harm beyond repair, going as far to kill members of us, of our party. Lupus was one of them that he murdered in cold blood. So you will have to forgive me for not seeing it as stealing from somebody who has wanted us dead and tried to make it happen. It's more a collection of...
It's more redistributing.
Yes, redistributing wealth. Let's go with that. Of someone who has constantly and consistently tried to kill us.
Make a persuasion check.
Good lord. 16. It's not great.
Her eyes are open, but they're not very large eyes. They're relatively like small, thin, and she's looking at you, listening to your talking. I see. Is that how you? Interesting. Interesting statement. Right now, your position is a very unique one. You have been found acting in accordance to a noble moral compass, and even have been following a few of the relative laws that we are more abbreviated with. However, you have also broken a few.
What laws did we break?
Entering into a restricted location. The mine shaft is unsafe for access from the public. I am uncertain whether you are aware of it or not, but land sharks have been sighted within the Earth, and the entire site has been considered a sanctuary for the creatures.
Oh, that's why they stopped digging. Oh, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
We
but,
weren't made aware.
Hang on though, like, if we went into a place that we weren't allowed to stop someone else who going to a place that they weren't allowed to go to, and then we immediately left, is that breaking the law?
She pushes the glasses that she has like on her head and takes up the
I'm sorry. We didn't disturb the land itself. We left immediately after we were done with our business.
Yeah, that.
I would also like to make it known that there was nothing blocking the area off, or there was no sort of signage. There was nothing there to indicate that we could not go there. Were you aware of that?
Is this factual?
Yes.
Well, like, the front gate had been like broke open by the big fiery bastard. So, like, if there was anything, he probably broke it. So that's why we didn't see it.
You see her like tap the desk again, and the quill writes something down and stops again. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure there weren't any signs telling us do not
There
There were not.
And there was no like
Aside from the
land
dead
shark.
body.
Yeah, land shark containment zone. There was no like land sharks saying there was nothing.
Vandalization of such property probably did not occur to you because you were not present. I see. I'm sorry. Forgive my unprofessional behavior. She taps the desk again, and the quill goes into writing once more. Now, as I already mentioned, you are on record for having been pursued by local authorities in other kingdoms. That, to answer your question, she looks directly at you, Grimhut.
Grimthod.
Mr. Grimthod, to break a law is already a violation of the trust the Magistratum has towards you. The fact that another individual has broken the law does not mean that everyone should. However, as already mentioned, so far you have acted in accordance to a few minor laws that we have, and your actions have been of a good moral point. However, here in Magiana, the Magistratum's first and primary goal is to distribute justice equally, not being affected by morality. The laws are written for a purpose.
Do we need to hire a lawyer?
Feasible. You would be contained here and be either given a defender from the state, or you would find yourselves having to defend yourselves.
May I just ask the charges against us first and what the punishment is?
Certainly. Aside from trespass, you have also killed.
Out of self-defense.
That will be taken into account.
And someone who like killed your friends as well? Is that?
I'm aware.
No. Okay.
Darling, if murder was as illegal as you claim, several noble houses wouldn't exist within Magiana.
Interesting statement.
Before this conversation continues, may I contact my family?
You may, but not now. Right now, you are talking to me.
That's two. We got trespassing. We got apparently killing is not okay. Even though, you know, we've been attempted murdered very, very many times. Good to know
We've
that
been
attempting...
murdered 3 times.
Only
Yeah.
succeeding in murder is illegal.
Apparently. That's two.
Also, you've been attempted by criminal organizations who are already wanted by the law.
Who?
What? What was the third one?
The third one was pilfering.
Yeah, I'm not pleased that you got that the loop is immediately mentioned looting the bodies, by the way. Like, you don't, that's just an unsaid rule that you don't mention looting fucking bodies. It doesn't look good. It's not common practice.
You see, officer, I hit him so hard his armor fell.
Like,
His armor just, like, flew on me.
we're taken into the head lawmaster and we're like, yeah, we killed him and took all his stuff. That's a great thing to say.
She says, such actions are usually bypassed when they are taken during a commitment from a task relegated by the board of the Champions Brigade or the Soulless Heart Expedition Guild.
Soulless Heart Expedition, you say?
Indeed. Or, as better well known, the Adventuring Guild.
The Adventuring Guild, you say?
Yes. Certain tasks are permitted by magistratum officials, once viewed, to be undertaken by adventurers in which plentiful of the more restraining commitments are allowed.
So what you're saying is, darling, if we have papers from the Soulless Heart Expedition citing our mission to take down the Triad,
Indeed.
all of these charges against us would become null and void.
Correct.
So just out of curiosity, Van was hired by Varric to protect him from the Triad, correct?
Yes.
Essentially. Would Van be able to use that as special dispensation in this case? Yeah, Van brings that up.
Since that I'm a merchant, I can just...
Let Van go first, Lupus.
Yeah, the bodyguard thing might carry more weight.
Van says, well, my employer, Varric, has been targeted by this Triad for some time. That's why I've been hired to protect him.
I am aware.
So when I found out that these guys were also having trouble, I felt it was incumbent upon me to be proactive in my mission to protect my charge. And then he sweats because he doesn't usually string that many words together at once.
You did so well.
This is very interesting.
Brains all rattling around.
But we are aware of Professor Varric's position, and it is good to know that I'm speaking directly with his bodyguard. Tell me, as his bodyguard, why were you not by him at that time?
He gave me personal time as he was going to be busy within the relative safety of his guild.
I see.
So I took that opportunity as it presented itself. I was on my way back to him actually when we were corralled.
So what you're claiming is that... Interesting. You see the quill writing that down. Very well.
And the other charges?
Those are the 3 primary ones. Then there are the rest. She looks over the bookcase and you see 5 different volumes of heavy-looking books.
You've been here a day.
Correct. And I have been deprived of sleep.
Lupus, can you show your papers that you prepared?
Right. Give me a moment.
I require 1 moment of your time really quickly. Because I am considering that you maybe a more unique case than most.
You see me taking off the backpack? You know, the Tavlor. And takes a whole load of paperworks. Okay. I know it's about as high as me, all the paperworks, but this is just about half an hour of work of paperwork, technically.
You were saying something about our case being unique.
Indeed. You have, for all intents and purposes, killed a leader of a criminal organization.
Yeah.
She taps the desk once more and the quill stops. We have been working on separate cases to uncover the leaders of the organization known as the Triad.
God damn it.
And in multiple occurrences, it has been very difficult for us to discern both their locations as well as the people within the organization. Yet here you are, having managed to not only kill one of the members, but also you appeared relatively within the span of a week.
Darling, just hang out with us for whatever reason they have us on their radar. You want to know where they are, who they are, just stick somebody with us.
Yeah. That and
They
they
want
seem
us
to have...
dead.
And they want members of my guild dead too.
I see. An interesting proposition. Mrs. Persephone. What you're looking at
Yes, darling?
is a legal case that can be avoided.
Oh, I do like avoiding legalities.
Not legalities, avoiding unnecessary hassle. Right now, I have been in this case of finding out this organization's goals and aims within our great city for months. It would be illogical to have a group as skilled as yourselves thrown to a prison for a couple of years due to a technicality. I'm proposing an alternative.
Yeah, right.
What is that alternative?
You mentioned Professor Varek. Well, I will assign for him to keep an eye on you in behalf of the Magistratum. I am certain that Professor Varek will have a relatively free enough schedule.
I don't know why, but that sounded rude. This is out of character. I feel like I need to.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know why, but that sounded rude.
Like,
Anyway,
it
you
really
see
does sound
Lupus.
like we need this smart guy watching these dumbasses for a bit.
Anyway, you see Lupus remembering. Remember back in the day, the magistrate always likes to F around with people from my guild, but wait the fuck? You see him realize that? Yeah,
Professor Varek
right,
shall
okay,
maintain
this is
an
a...
eye on you, and in return, you may assist him with any tasks that he may have. I do not personally care. What I care is for a cooperation between the group known as the Glorious Goats and
Magistratum. Oh, right.
Lupus, darling, I think it's time to let the wonderful woman before us speak without interrupting her. She's trying to help us, remember, after somebody so eloquently said, we killed and looted corpses.
Mordecai, specifically.
Lupus, that was the sign to shut up now. No more words, Lupus. Yes, continue, Zaya.
Thank you. You see her expression just shift back, a bit more calm. You will work with us in uncovering this organization and delivering the rest of the members alive, if possible, to the proper authorities. How you uncover or find these members is up to you. But what I'm asking for is I will give you a pardon to leave right now without any additional charges found on you on this case if you are to work with us in uncovering this organization, and should the leaders be found and properly apprehended, or in the case of disposed of, you will be excused of any crimes related to this and any follow-up cases that you undertake while finding these leaders.
This sounds like a good deal.
So,
Like that.
so just keep doing what we were doing.
Yeah, basically.
But
that.
this time we have permission, and that's what matters, Grimthought. That's what matters. The most is that we have permission to do it, and we are reporting to the Magistratum.
You will be reporting to Professor Varric, not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
The technicality of things, we'll be reporting to someone as we're going along, and then that information will be shared.
The technicality of
but-
things, Mrs. Persephone, is that I will not see you or hear from you until the task is completed, or until I find out that you have skipped country and you are caught again.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have to get more here, yeah?
Or rather, if we are leaving to pursue, we have to let them know.
Right, okay.
Alright.
We can't just leave without saying anything, if I'm understanding the terms correctly.
Correct. I would also like to mention that in addition to the charges of this case, your own, Mr. Ashford, will also be cleaned.
Hey.
It was.
While
What
within,
what?
You were there.
while within Magianian soil.
He had charges.
Have you not been familiar with? Mr. Ashford here is wanted by the United Crown.
Darling, please, we don't need to know. If he didn't want us to know, we don't need to know.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to share, it's...
You don't need to tell us. It's not your place.
Well, since we will be working with you on, catching the triad, I would like, since you seem to know quite a bit, I'm sure you already know who I am.
Yes.
But I've heard my sister's name mentioned in association with their name. I do not know in which context, but I would hope if you knew something.
Interesting. If your sister is associated with the Triad, in a major way, it remains the same. If you can apprehend any other members of the Triad, that will also be appreciated.
I am not hesitating. I don't know what association she is with them. I don't know if she was captured them. I don't know if she is part of them. I don't know if she is against them. I've just heard her name and the Triad in the same sentence, and I was hoping you would know something.
I see.
That's all.
You're free to leave. The enforcers outside shall escort you. She taps the crystal on her shoulders and you see her eyes close for a second.
I'm content to get the fuck out of here.
They will escort you outside of the building.
Alright, thank you.
Ooh.
As we stand up from the table, Grimlock goes like, sure, I get that we broke a bunch of laws. I don't really understand all of them, but that's what my smart friends are for. But I did do something wrong by your rules, so I tried to give an offering earlier on. Did
An offering?
yeah, so I wanted to give you this. And reach into his bag
Position.
and
Grimlock,
will
do it.
present her with his drum of illusions.
That is a drum.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Orcish tradition.
Let Grimthought explain it, Lupus. He's very well spoken.
This drum, it's special. I picked it up from my tribe shaman. He gave it to me when he was training me. He was trying to make me, not this dumb. But he said it was real special. And sometimes when I play, it makes stuff appear. But I wanted to give it as a tribute to your tribe to say that I'm sorry that I broke your laws.
When the DM rolls the dice after, I love this.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Me too, please.
Sure.
Maybe.
Can I? Yeah.
25.
18.
So 18 does not succeed.
Wow, okay. This woman is a brick wall.
Poker player.
Persephone, you notice as Grimloth is talking, she maintains a very calm, cold exterior towards him as he's talking. But you notice that she's not confused as much as curious, and there is a bit of the
Okay, Persephone's just gonna look at her and just give just like a small nod, like, yes, this is what I deal with on the daily basis.
This is my life.
I understand the emotion you are feeling right now. I go through it on the daily, just like a nod of understanding, like.
I accept this gift should you desire to leave it here. However, it is not necessary. Once again, your task is to find these very bad people and bring them to us so that they can be properly judged. If they are just killed, the people are not going to be free of the fear that they're giving right now. And she's telling that directly to you, Grimthought. So?
Right. Okay. Bring him back up alive.
Yes.
I'll do it.
I appreciate it. You're free to
and he will leave the drum on the table.
Alright. You know our accident?
Yeah.
That is Grimthought's first magic item gone.
You know, the whispers to Persephone. Pretty sure she has personal history with Fer. Really personal ones. What? The magistrate when the Soulless Horse killed always had a history like that.
Darling, I appreciate you and everything you bring to the table and everything you do. You need to not talk so much when we are talking to a government officials. I cannot swerve for Grimthought and you simultaneously. It's so difficult. And then she speaks up to the entire group like, okay, so we need to go over some rules now because I feel like we need to. Step 1, do not immediately tell everybody we meet what we are doing, where we are going, everything about us, all the details of our lives. Sound good?
That's a lot.
Step 2, if we loot our conquests. She's specifically not phrasing loot dead bodies. She's phrasing
conquest,
it because of the guards. Conquests. We do not tell them that.
But how do we brag about what we done?
Grim, we can not to the government.
Oh.
They do not look highly upon that.
What's the government?
To the leaders, we do not say that we in their head, so the magistratum cannot hear her. We do not say we murdered a bunch of people and they took their stuff, because they do not like that.
Oh, that's weird, because usually if you go into another tribe, you tell the leaders, like, hey, look at all this cool stuff I've done. And they'd be like, yeah, no, actually, you've done a bunch of cool stuff. But yeah, I don't get that.
This is how non-orc societies deal with things.
Oh, that's weird.
Non-orc societies are complicated for no goddamn reason. And navigating the intricacies of their laws and their rules and their social etiquettes is complicated for those who are brought up within it.
Yeah, it's all real complicated. You know what? You're smarter than me. I'll trust you know what you're talking about.
Thank you, Grimthought. I do appreciate it.
Yeah. Alright, so don't talk to chiefs about cool stuff you done. Right.
If they're not orc chiefs.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
So, you can go rest into the tavern, the inn you have been in for the night. Just kind of wait until morning.
Yeah, how long were we in there?
Morning.
You were in there for a few minutes.
Okay, because we got here at 8 in the morning.
Correct.
Some of us also have a level of exhaustion because of we failed our Constitution saves.
Yeah.
Van fell asleep like 3 times during that interrogation.
It's like, Heather. Soul Heart Expedition. What? I know something. I got something.
Survival sense kicks in. I think I have a way out.
So what do you want to do?
I'm
as I
going to Varric.
Yeah, I think we probably want to go talk to our new boss.
Yeah, I think I need to apologize for getting him taken off of his cushy duty. Back to us as a babysitter.
I want to go find the shrine, like, right away. I don't want to wait to do that. But I also don't want to leave everybody alone.
Well, at least some of us are going to Varric. I wanted to go to the blacksmith, and I'm cool to go with another person if someone else wants to go.
I'll go with you after Varric, I think.
Okay, well, like, myself, Van, and Lupus can go to talk to Varric, and then after that we can head over to the blacksmith. Kiki and Ash, did the two of you have anything?
Ash, could you keep an eye on them so they don't? Well, I don't want to say murder our new boss, but you know.
I suppose.
Yeah, we also gotta make sure you don't get grabbed by people again.
We killed the people that grabbed me.
I mean, there's more of them though, and now we gotta go looking for them.
I know Persephone has to go by Bufria College, because that's where the shrine is.
That's a fucking trek. That's a couple of hours of a trek.
Are you sure about that?
I wouldn't go there alone.
Isn't that where the farm is?
Yeah, we found out that's where the relative of the paladin lives. But again, I feel like that's we go there as a group kind of thing rather than Persephone just goes like, "Cool, I'll see you tomorrow."
Yeah,
I guess.
No.
that place is where the estate of your family is.
Oh. Then
That's what the axis was for.
Well, then hang on. Where's the relative of the paladin live then? Because we did get the location on that, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought I marked it down.
The location of the. I don't think you have, because it's right here.
Hang on. Do a Ponty?
Oh, that's far.
Well, even further away from that, but it is.
Oh wow!
Truthful.
We fucking drove right past it by accident.
Yeah, and that's,
I'm
that's
gonna
why,
mark it down in purple.
Yeah, that's why when you passed by, I was like, "Is there anything else you want to?" Okay, no, okay.
No, we could.
Because that's what I thought the mark up there was for.
We thought that's what the red mark was.
I marked it in purple.
This is why we mark our map and then we write words on our map.
Yeah. Okay, so I marked it in purple.
So backtracking may be required at some point.
Mm.
Oh dear.
I do.
We are a mess.
Hey, at least we got Mordecai because of such a mess.
Then Persephone's just gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
Persephone is very, very tired. Persephone lost some levels. Persephone needs a nap.
Is Kiki, what are you planning to do?
Well, I agreed to meet up with my sister at the cafe that we never named. I think it was at noon.
It was at noon.
You sure
Hey,
you
why
want to
not
do that today? Well, actually, no. We could sort of talk to Van and the blacksmith within the time, and then go with you to the cafe.
Yeah.
I mean, I could take another long rest and then be, not exhausted when I get there.
Yeah.
The name of the cafe. The name of the store is called the Atlas.
Okay.
If you need to rest while we're traveling, Van can always just carry you.
Well, elf, so she only needs 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. I think I will go to rest, and I think I will try to talk with my brothers.
Okay. Do you want to do that by yourself, or do you want some company?
No, I'll be fine. I'll be going into an inn.
Okay. Right. Well. I guess just talking. Boy, what's your boss's name? Vaughn? What's your boss's name? Beefy goat.
Varric.
Oh, it's complicated. Oh, I'll have to come with some. All right.
I just call him V for short sometimes. He
Oh.
doesn't seem to like it though.
Oh, hang on. I'm still trying to learn that letter. But I think I can say it. V. Yeah.
I would slip into Crimton's hand a piece of paper that says Varric and then in quotations V.
Oh, it's just 2 lines. I can do 2 lines. That's easy.
I believe in you, Crimton.
Grimthon does a quick attempt and does an X by accident. Ah, shit.
I need to get back to your teaching.
Alright, I guess we're going to see Varric.
Yeah, I gotta make sure my boss is still alive.
Yeah.
Oh god, wouldn't that be such a fucking plot twist? Like, you've got this guy as your boss now. You're gonna have to report everything to him and make sure you keep him up to date with stuff. You arrive at his office dead.
Yeah.
Ah!
So Persephone is going to rest. Kiki is going to rest. The rest of you are going to the Solar Start Expedition Guild.
Yeah.
Alright. You arrive relatively quickly into the into the building, making your way through the streets without relative disturbance or difficulty. You do notice there are a couple of people that on the desk are looking a bit worried as you enter in.
Oh, morning!
Morning. Where are you?
We are here to see Ferret.
Yeah, sorry, my German accent. Morning. Where are you headed to?
We're here to see Ferret.
I don't. Is it a good time?
Van peeks around and says, "Yeah, I gotta see the boss."
Okay. Go right ahead. You make your way.
Can I roll an insight on the 2 of them?
Yeah, go for it.
16.
They seemed a bit worried when you mentioned the name of Varric. They seemed a bit like.
Yeah, Grimthod is about to walk off and then pauses and turns his head like, "Is something wrong?"
No, we haven't seen him leave yet, so we're just curious.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll go see if he's in his office.
Alright. You're approaching, and you notice that as you're approaching the building, from the little bit of discussions that that in the front hand, it suddenly begins to go quieter. There are not a lot of people here in the morning. And as you're arriving onto the workshop that Varric usually works in, the door is open.
Shit.
Not open fully, just halfway open.
Grimthar kind of reaches forward, gently pushes it open.
You look inside. Many of the boxes are like overturned and like on the floor. Some of them make like little walls of boxes around. You look over to the desk and you don't see Varric behind it.
Varric.
B, where you at?
Hello? V!
Silence.
I'm saying that right?
You don't hear any responses.
Do I see any signs of a struggle?
Make an investigation check.
Can I help?
Yeah. Go for it.
I got a 4. It's always a mess in here, guys. I can't see anything.
You have advantage because Lupus is helping you.
So, Rogan. Oh,
6.
He got a 6.
9!
9. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Sherlock Holmes, man, is...
You sit down and begin to look over, and a lot of the crates are like turned over and open. There's some relics within them, like old plate and the like, and you're like, something must have happened here. Grimthar, you notice the desk, and there's like a lot of paper around. The quill is like outside of the ink box. Like, this has to mean something. And as
Grimthar, like, reach... Oh, go ahead,
no, go ahead.
Grimthar kind of, like, reaches across and just, like, picks up the quill, and is just like... kind of, like, tips the end to see if there's, like, the ink is wet or not.
It's not very wet. This ink has not been out for like a few more than a few minutes. Probably like 10 minutes or so. As you're looking around, Varric is nowhere to be seen.
This only got tipped out like maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Guys at the front desk said he didn't see him leaving now.
Can I... Oh, wait, I don't have survival high enough.
Actually, yeah, can I roll survival to try and see if, like, I can see tracks, like anything? Obviously, this is a very difficult kind of situation to read tracks in, but I'm going to try.
I'll go for it.
Van's good at survival, too. Could he make that check as well?
You can try.
17 and a 20 on from Van.
Alright, so you're looking around. You do notice footsteps. They are around the desk, very, very, very fresh, because there is a bit of dust on the floor, and you notice there's like handprints onto the window behind the desk. You open it up and you look outside, Grimthar. You notice that like someone must have walked through these bushes some time ago. You look around, Van, and as you do, you see that the footprints can go into the middle of the room and then disappear. And as you're looking, it is at that moment that there's a very audible as a pair of doors materialize into the middle of the room and open. And you see Varric stepping out from the doors holding a cup of warm liquid that's steaming from the top. And as he exits, he goes, "Ah!"
Grimthar half falls out the window.
Oh, Godsby, you scared the devil out of me.
What?
Don't do that.
What are you doing in the floor?
Better.
Ah, my chocolate. Oh.
Grimthard's
long
legs
has
are just flailing inside the room because he's in the top half of him is outside the window. It's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, you see
Starts rolling a nerve cigarette.
Varric makes a glyph into the air, and the mage hand kind of like starts to slowly grab him, drag him in.
Thanks.
You see, Lupus, did you seriously just use the dimension door for that? You nearly gave us all a heart attack.
Yeah. I need to grab myself. Wait, who are you? Who are these people?
Sorry.
I'm Lupus, the mass carrier.
I'm Grimthar.
Hello? Are you the new interns I've sent word for?
Yeah. And
no.
yes, and no.
What do you
what he
mean,
said.
no?
We owe you a favor, so that job's going to be free of charge, whatever job you have for us, and you should be getting a message from our lady, you know,
A message?
from.
Haven't yet received any form of.
Well, we were just talking with her, so we just came straight over.
Yeah, you see, he's like his gaze kind of like looks off to the distance for a second.
Oh, he's getting the head talk each.
But and as he raises a finger to speak, he receives another one immediately after.
Asking text messages.
That feel when you get hit with sending several times in a row, so you don't even get the response to the first and second sending.
But oh my.
No, you don't get to respond. Fuck off.
Well.
Yeah, I kind of fucked up, boss.
You certainly did something. Oh dear. Oh dear goodness. One moment. He takes a sip of the hot chocolate. One second. He traces a glyph over his face, composing himself. All right. Whew.
Wait, is hot chocolate about halfway through the city?
Well, yes. That's why I used my magic to get there early in the morning. I'm the first costumer every day whenever it is open.
That's.
You
know, if one of our cryomancer heard you do that, they would be impressed, but a bit pissed off.
They don't get the same level of texture.
Griffo just like slowly leads into Van's like, what chocolate?
My goodness. He puts the cup.
It's sweet and it's bitter at the same time.
Oh, I've had sweet stuff before. I had a bunch of cakes.
So you
anyway.
have... Oh my goodness. Dear gracious. Right. Wow.
Well, I should introduce myself. The name's Lucas Manarde. You should know my name if you ever read the Massacre your registries. Well,
I haven't in the time. Which branch are you from?
The main branch.
Maine. Well, I'll have a look in a moment. Where are my manners? I have guests over and I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Varric Berepin. I am a professor here in the Solis, our Expeditions Guild. For the most part, I'm a historian and anthropologist. I specialize in orc history. It is a pleasure to meet both of you.
Nice to meet you.
You know about orc history, yeah?
Yes, I have been researching into orc history from the landing all the way up to modern iterations, and I have also been responsible for you may have heard my recent thesis on the vampiric expeditions up to the north. That was actually published by me.
We killed some vampires down south, actually.
Yeah.
Oh dear, you've killed? Wait, you have seen vampires?
Yeah.
Please, please, by all means, describe them to me. And he just scrambles onto the desk to grab like a notepad.
Wait, okay. Just give me a paper. You see, Lupus just takes a few minutes, draws it accurately, then gives it to him.
Accurately.
Van takes his customary spot just to one side of the door.
So, let's see.
To command the room, because he's used to Varric when he gets into these sorts of...
Yeah, he gets into a rhythm. He's just like, here's a comfy spot. There we go.
We're going to be here for a while.
So, the first
and
one...
here's all the information about what he attacks us, how he look. You see, Lupus is just writing all of that. Extremely fast.
If you recall the crest, that he had on the arm, please, that would be very much appreciated. Oh my goodness.
Right. You see him.
Didn't she know, Chris?
Write that over.
So, Yeah, we ran into him. There was this kind of mine to the south that was like behind this wall that was looked like it was made of rock, but then when you pushed on it, it wasn't actually there. So we went in there, and we found this like mine that had like a bunch of statues of the empires just hanging around, right? And we went in deeper, and there was like this big coffin there with like lots of stone ones around it.
Wait. What am I doing? I don't have time for this right now. I'm very sorry. Blast.
Oh.
Overburned cockpot. Look, we need to focus right now because I have just been given a very important task. Are you the glorious goats?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. Grimthod fishes around the bag and pulls out the emblem and shows it.
Oh,
There we go.
Very well. I have received some relatively important information. To overlook your work against the Triad? Oh my goodness, I told her I would not be working on this. Oh.
Well, good news. We already killed one.
Killed
He
one
was
who?
big too.
The big fiery bastard.
Who's that?
What was his name again?
Mordecai, the
That's
head
the one.
of the Dryad.
Yeah, he's one of the big ones of their group. So.
Oh goodness, no idea who you're talking about. Great, wonderful, fascinating. I don't have enough hands. I don't have enough. My brain is not big enough. Oh, all right. So, one moment. I need to calm myself here. This is what we're going to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what?
Keep going.
So this is what we're going to do. We need to focus right now and take priority. I can't immediately help you. Actually, might have a connection. Yes. All right. I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea. Yes. I will need your work in the near future when available. There's a task that I would like you to look into that might have a connection with this organization of sorts, and if it doesn't, it will benefit all of us in the long run.
Cool.
Serious. There has been, in the recent month, there has been disappearances in one of the local mine shafts that has been closed down completely, and I would like you to investigate in there and try to see what happened. I will give you my familiar once you are heading out to keep an eye on you, as well as answer any questions you might have should you find yourself in any troublesome positions, as well as have a bird's eye view of the situation, so to speak.
Quick question. Does that one have land sharks?
No, I believe not.
Okay, different mind then. Don't worry about it.
We would have two different land shark locations now popping up into the center, which would actually be dangerous for us because that incites the theory that there might be an even bigger colony somewhere within the region, and if there is one, we might be in danger structurally wise. I'm sorry, but I got carried away. I want you to head down there when time allows. Onyx, and you see like poop popping out of the air in a with a yellow gleeful glow. Just is a monkey wearing a little yellow jacket and having in one of its pauldrons, similar to Varric, a little gem crafted pauldron that is not magical for any reasons. It's just cosmetic. It just lands. Onyx, this is my familiar Onyx. Once you head down there, before you do so, head over by my workshop. I usually work here, and take care of Onyx. He will come with you so that I can have eyes on you, as well as answer any of your more important questions. My magic is not, well, as you can tell, my magic is not exactly limitless, but I can be of use most of the time regarding any questions you might have. In addition, since I have you here, would you be very helpful and help me just pack up some of the things here? I have been expecting some interns, but haven't arrived since 6 in the morning since I've requested for them. No one's at the work posts in time. Or maybe, have I? Oh, right, I haven't slept. I shall do that. Van, keep an eye on our guests here. I will retreat to my quarters for... He looks outside the window. For the day. And he opens a pair of doors and disappears.
So, he wants us to move stuff?
He doesn't usually like us to touch this stuff he's been cataloging when he's
Oh.
not around.
Okay, well, alright. Right, well, we'll get a monkey. We're heading out to... He didn't tell us where that mine was.
No, he said, I think it's better to prepare before heading out there. I need
Right.
a magical sword and I need to do this thing for that, for the Project Sunblade that we were working on.
Van puts his arm out for Onyx, the familiar, to jump on. If he's stuck around.
Did Monkey leave or stay with us?
Monkey is with you. He just looks up at you.
Yeah. And so Van pulls like some cashews out of a pouch he has on his belt and gives
Just
one.
reach up for it.
This is the best part of the whole job, you guys.
I mean, yeah, it's a really cool monkey.
You see the monkey like slowly move over towards one of the crates, just pick up a helmet.
Neat.
Onyx, Krunk, battle mode.
Alright, I think. Right, Grimtop, I think we're gonna need to go to the forge for you and
Yeah.
for myself.
Let's head over to the blacksmith. Right, let's go. And Grimthal picks himself up and makes his way out. I guess we all make our way over towards the blacksmiths.
You make your way over towards the blacksmiths. The
Now,
blacksmiths.
quick question. Are we following the route that Grimthal used last time? Because that's at least a 2-hour trip.
Not immediately,
No,
because we're
I'm
gonna
just-
jump right over towards the other party members. Really quickly, Ashfall, Persephone, and
Lux, you
Kiki,
okay?
where are you?
Yeah, sorry, I got caught off guard.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I saw that.
I assume Persephone was just sleeping.
Yeah.
She's had a
I
very
think-
rough time.
All right.
I think the
She's-
three of them are trying to sleep off the exhaustion.
I thought Ash was with you guys.
Good question. Van, Ash, which group are you with?
He's just going back to sleep as well.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Like, I assume he just, like, originally was like, never mind. That was
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that'll be fine.
it's fine. They're in the
It's
city.
a big
What
wide
can
world.
happen?
You head over into the city. Power walking your way through. It takes you a few hours. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, because Grimthal's like, right, should I went this way? And look, there he is again. It's the guy. He's juggling again. Look at him.
Didn't you promise to give somebody more money or something the next time you came through?
Yes, actually.
There
that's
is a
fair point.
person that you recognize in the entry to one of the alleyways with a dozen of healing potions. He's just sitting there saying, healing potions for the waker.
Oh, there's the guy. Yeah, sure, there's the guy I was telling you about. He was looking to sell me a bunch of healing potions. I didn't have the money because I was going to spend on the blacksmith. But do you guys want some healing potions?
Nope, not from this guy.
Why are they black?
Are they not supposed to be?
My friend, come here. I have got for you a deal that is even better than last time.
Oh, very good. Yeah, so this is my friend Joe was telling you about.
Oh, hello. He kind of stutters as he looks over Lupus and Van, like,
Ah, shit. People with some amount of brains.
Hello, welcome. I have potions and vials and magical concoctions that can cure what ails you and do much more.
What?
Well, yeah, I was just saying, I'm saving my money from the blacksmith, but my friends, they were saying, like,
Of
do you
course,
guys
I
want-
understand, of course. Can I interest any of either of you for an entire casket of 12 pristine, perfect, super healing potions?
Have these been produced in accordance with the laws and ordinances of the city?
They certainly have been produced, yes. It's like,
I think I'll pass things.
that's fine. What about you, huh?
Well, that one's directed at you, Lupus.
Oh, I think Aqua is once again.
Now, do we lose Aqua again?
Ah,
Hear me?
yeah,
Okay,
there it
fair
is.
enough. Oh. Well, hey, listen, I got more friends, so I'll bring them around again, and they might be wanting to buy stuff off you.
Well, I'm glad if you do. Come on, swing by. And hey, if you do, I will give you something a little extra for the time. How about that? Eh?
Oh, cool. All right, cool. And
Oh.
Grimthon will continue on to the blacksmith. Grimthon is going to try his best to help out the charlatan.
Aw. How nice.
I'm not sure this is the most direct route, Grimthon.
You think? Because I'm going over here now, spotting the thing over there. I'm just kind of going off stuff I remember from last time, mostly.
Alright. You do you. I'll
All right.
follow.
An hour later.
An hour
we
later.
arrive.
You do. Okay, so you watch as you are approaching the elven brothers that are working on the sorry, not brothers, the elven couple that are working onto the smithy. They are currently in the process of finishing up what appears to be some kind of mace of some sort. And as you're approaching, one of them turns to you, and suddenly like does a double take, like, we're having a friend of the orc with the dragon. Yes, the orc. Hello. Hello.
How's it going?
It's a wonderful day today. Please come inside.
Yeah, sure. This is my friends. This is Beefy Goat and Flowery Goat.
Beefy goat and flowery goat.
The
Right.
name's Lupus, and he's
Right.
Fan.
Pleasure.
Van just nods. He answers to just about anything.
You know, we're from the guild too.
You're from the guild.
Yeah.
The Solar Surge
Yeah,
expedition.
my friends.
Oh. Alright, so this is important. I told you this was important. I understand. I just didn't believe it. First, you didn't believe the dragon skills, the brothers? Of course I did, but like, it's not every day we work. Correct. We have been working on trying to see the severity of the damage on this, and we'll be honest, these are the best pieces we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Well,
By the
we
way,
did a good
one-
job on doing the scavenging on them. Like cutting them up proper and all that. So.
Correct. So to craft you, a lot of the materials here, it would take us days, probably a week, to even.
One
finish.
question: do you guys, by any chance, have a magical? What's the name again? Rapier.
Magical what?
Rapier.
Yes, of course. We do sell finesse weapons. Yes. We have a few here on
Yes.
the. Here to show you. He presents to you a magical +1 saber, for instance, that is crafted with a bit of what seems like a crystal at the base of the blade that gives the entire edge of it a sheen of violet purple coloration.
Do we have the money for this? Is the problem? I don't remember how much we have.
How much is that?
This one? This one we can give it off for you for about 500 gold. 500.
Grimthon kind of looks into his bag of money. He has currently 490 gold. So if someone gave him 10 gold, he could buy it for you.
Wait.
Check the group loot.
Wait.
This is true.
Wait,
There's
don't
also-
we have to sell a few things too?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of stuff we need to sell as well. Yeah, so yeah, we could sell you a bunch of stuff and then maybe get the price down if that's alright.
Regarding what?
Well, let me have a look here. Let's see. I think we were kind of saying we didn't really need this anymore, and he pulls out the Rod of the Pack Keeper +1.
Yeah.
That's mine!
Yes, you have a +1. We agreed that you don't need the +1. You have a +2 now. We agreed you don't need the +1 anymore, so we're selling it.
Wait, what do you mean +2?
You got a +2 from the Mordecai fight.
No, you. She didn't.
No, I didn't.
Am I imagining that?
You are.
What are you talking
have,
about?
Foylan, you have mistaken 2 different games together.
Ah, son of a bitch. Yeah, I did.
Wait, does
sorry.
Grimlock have Kiki's wand now?
No, that would make sense because she would have it on her at all times.
Thank
okay.
God.
Ignore that part. Ignore that part.
She's furiously patting herself down. Where's my wand?
Christ.
Grimdot's trying to pawn off items people are using.
Let's see then. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything in the general items thing apart from like the save. Well, hang on. The phase wood heavy crossbow. You're not planning on selling that to use the elven bow instead, are you, Lupus?
I think it. I
We don't
think
have the
we'll
elven
just
bow
sell.
anymore, right?
We
Nah,
don't.
Right, that got destroyed. Okay. There.
Uh.
Let's see. Is there anything else we want to sell off? The efficient quiver. Were we planning on selling that?
Alright.
Who has the gauntlets of ogre power?
I
think-
think
I took
that
them. I took them.
Yeah, that's
No,
gone to
no,
Persephone.
No, but there's still the belt that
The
gives
belt
like
of- Yeah, I think that's
that
going
gives
to
25.
Lupus.
Okay.
I think that's going to Lupus. So yeah, the efficient quiver. Is there any complaint with selling that?
No.
In group loot, there is a bunch of stuff we don't need, mainly the potions.
But first things first, I'm gonna pull out the efficient quiver. So, this is like a really good quiver. Like, just it keeps you making arrows. You don't need to like have a bunch. You just make some. So, would that be any good to you?
An enchantment of. Ooh, that is. Yes, that is very useful. Let me.
I have the potion of water
Let me look at it.
breathing.
Yeah, let me look at it. You see the elf ritually cast identify on the item. Interesting. Well, it's not as much infinite as it can hold a lot of one material, but yes, this is an interesting good. How much are we willing to buy this off from? 300? 300 gold.
Oh, that sounds fair, doesn't it? Let's see now. We've got some potions here. Let's see now. Hang on, stand the bottom. There we go. This one, kind of.
By the way, there's one item we don't know who has it. Who has it? The boots of striding.
I feel like those are on Coda.
I think those are the boots that Koda and Krimtod and Kiki got for him.
Yeah, so I think those
wow.
actually are on Coda at the moment. So Grimthod pulls out a potion that's kind of like slightly yellowish, kind of like a bright yellow, kind of a liquid in it, and this is the potion of radiant resistance.
Interesting piece. We don't use. We have any need for this? Not really. No.
That's not good to you? Alright, back it goes.
We're willing to buy it off of you for like 100, but in all honesty, we're not going to be using it for anything.
Yeah, no, hang on.
You can
okay.
Give him
Go.
the spell of the spell scroll too.
Yep, spell false life. First things first though, Grimthod's gonna pull out the emerald. So, I think this is special, but I don't remember what it does. Kind of just puts it on the table in front of them.
Is that the emerald of like summon elemental?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not
It's a
gonna use it.
one-time use.
Like we're really not gonna use it.
You see it in like, oh now this. Well, brother, no brother, fuck. I keep forgetting.
Wife.
No, I keep forgetting the both of them are married. Husband, take a look at this.
Oh.
I'll need to check the catalog. The catalog? Why? This is a greater crystal, has elemental in it. Oh, really? You seem like reach over for a small book, the side, and as he flips through the pages, he starts to mumble to himself. Well, that is a very, very fine gem. Yeah, Well, we'll buy it.
What? How much?
How much? How about 1,500 gold?
Alright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's we get money in our pocket for. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll do the counting.
Cool. Yeah, you take care of that.
Yeah, for those of you who have a little bit of like merchantry skill, D&D, that is 3 times the price of an actual uncommon item.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, no, we sell that off as well as the what is it, the
Put all of the funds in the group loot, please. Cuckoo,
Yeah.
bird noises.
yeah. So the efficient quiver is gone as well as the emerald.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's one thing to since you guys are part of the guild too, right?
We are actually we are independent craftsmen. Yeah, we've made our own hold here in the city. We work together to provide the finest and best material. Well, best materials for any kind of situation. Even at times we take commissions from the magistratum to provide them with weaponry or armaments.
Could you, by the way, would you do me a favor and just throw the total of both those sales into the group chat so I copy it over to group loot, please?
You could
Okay.
probably also pawn off the scrolls of Vampiric Touch and the scroll of Animate Dead, because I can just do both of those if we need to.
I'm just saying we probably should sell them to somebody else than a blacksmith.
Yeah, no, like
Oh,
this
that's
is
fair. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
not the ideal.
Never
So
mind.
we're
Oh
taking
yeah,
Cuckoo.
we're taking
And-
500 off of that for the price of the rapier, so that's going to be
1300.
1300, and then we just add that into group loot. Okay.
Let's say
what's
rapier
the
costs 1.
I just had an image of someone buying a locket from them wrapped in a scroll of vampiric touch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, what's
And they said
the
they don't
full
really need
title
the
of that
potion.
blade?
I mean, they said that they could buy it for what, 1,000 or 100.
The poke. Yeah, again, we can find someone else who will
Yeah.
have more
yeah.
use of it.
That's the efficient quiver, and what was the item?
The elemental gem,
Alright.
the emerald.
Yeah, cool.
We're not that stupid to use it, so.
Well, here goes my hopes.
Well, Ash can summon literally any animal he wants all the time forever, and now I can summon celestials, so I think we're like pretty good on the summoning things.
We got lots of
No.
intern.
More summons. I need to learn how to cast summon space spirits as well.
I'm gonna kill everyone in this group. So, there's one thing I hate, and that is summoning things. Why are you doing
Because
this?
it just fills up the initiative tracker with bullshit.
Yes. All right, so
Exactly.
So did Vin grab Mordecai's hammer? Who got that?
I think that was fun. Yeah, I think. I don't think
Yeah.
yeah.
There was only like 2 people who could use it anyway, so.
Is that something they could identify whether it was magical or not?
Sure.
Blacksmith? I'm good.
If you ask, I could have done that too. So.
The hammer.
hindsight
is-
2020.
The hammer does not have
uh.
magical properties. It appears to be of different place though. Haven't seen this craftsmanship anywhere.
Otherwise, not magical.
No, not really.
We got from a big guy who was made of fire.
We have heard all manner of strange stories regarding how many of the items we find into our store have gotten out of. In all honesty, that's not even the craziest one of them.
Oh, what's the craziest one?
Oh, there was this one group of people. They came here and they brought us these weird stalks that had eyes at the end of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's just gross.
yeah. They said they got them out of Beholder.
Oh, what's that?
It's a big, terrifying thing with one eye in the center, but like many little eyes on the stalks. Very deadly thing.
Oh, that sounds gross. Kind of sounds like the larger thing that we fought.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you were saying about the dragon stuff. Sorry, the dragon stuff.
Good that you remember. But yeah.
So that'd take about a week, yeah?
It would take about a week for most of the material. And the price for the craftsmanship, well, it varies. You want all of this crafted?
Well, hang on though. So, like, I definitely want the teeth and the claws done into daggers and short swords. But like, what do you reckon you could do with the wings and the eye and the scales together? Like, what is there something you could do with that?
How many scales did you give him?
So 10 scales, 1 strip of hide, and 2 dragon wings.
The scales, we can work on the scales to make them into a piece of armor. The scales are of a shadow dragon. They're weird necrotic material, but we can work it into a set of scale mail that protects you from a draconic influence, the fear that many dragons spear in your heart, as well as grants you protection against their breath destructive weapons.
Oh.
That could be pretty useful.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. I mean, look, we didn't really get scared of the dragon that we fought, but the thing that we did where, like, shot lightning out of its mouth, that was a pain in the arse.
There is one problem. The craftsmanship of such armor is very difficult, especially with the scales you've delivered to us. It will take about 5,000 gold.
Oh, that's a lot. Is that a lot? I think that's a lot, isn't it?
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
not
lot.
there.
Yeah, we could have it done in a week, but it would be very costly.
I could drink for 6 weeks on that.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a very small amount of time with 5,000 gold.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Alright, okay, so that's how much it would cost. Alright. Well, look, we got a couple of jobs we got to do. We'll probably get paid for it, so if we've got a week, we might be able to make up that much. And we've also got some stuff we need to sell off anyway. Okay. And what about the wings and the hide?
Well, for the wings, we've looked over some of the Royal Library's hunting expedition journals, and we have discovered that the wings of the dragons can actually be fashioned into cloaks. Since you've managed to bring us both of the wings, we can fashion a pair of them. Such items are also very difficult to produce. It would cost 3,000 gold for each cloak.
Okay. What would the cloaks do? Like, would they just be really fancy cloaks, or?
You see the other elf that is like on the desk, putting over one of the books. He says, "Well, according to this Gavarian manual here, such cloaks can be crafted into cloaks that give you protection against the elemental magic of the dragon. Now, since this was a shadow dragon, it would be against death magic, but they also would allow you to fly."
Oh,
I'm sorry?
That seems nice.
Flying sounds good, doesn't it? You kind of like, flying sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
Sounds super useful too.
Yeah.
It isn't so much.
Yeah.
It isn't so much permanent flight as much as a spur of the moment. I don't want to fall into a cliff flight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still pretty good.
Well, I'll be honest. I never heard of anyone really falling into any kind of cliff. Then you see the other one go, "No way, we've heard the stories. Was it the one group that had the one fall into? Oh, I forgot that other one. Ugh, terrible things.
I mean, I fell into a well, so.
Fell into a well?
Yeah, I was headlocking an vampire, so yeah, I jumped into a well with him.
Impressive. Didn't know vampires
Yeah.
were still alive.
Yeah, almost died, but then my friend that ate me, so I wouldn't drown. There is nothing inaccurate about what Grimthon just said.
And that's what's scary.
Every word of what he just said was the truth.
That was
I
not
am
them,
so
that
sad.
was me, the DM.
Canon.
This
I'm so sad
cannon.
Novi's not in the chat anymore.
Who's that? Oh.
Oh no, he is there. He is. Hi, Novi.
I know me.
Damn
True
it, no.
story. True story.
Canon vor.
I want to die.
Yep.
You... City elves go, that is interesting. You're gonna have to tell us about that story another time. But yes, the
Yeah,
cloaks
sure.
can be fashioned into them. We'll be honest, it's very pricey never, and we don't get you to work with such material often. We can work for both of these cloaks for 5,000 gold.
Oh! Okay, so both of them 5,000 go together, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the hide?
Hmm? Oh, the
Yeah.
eye.
The...
Now the eye.
No, the hide.
Oh, the
the-
hide.
The hide. He's saying hide, not
Yeah,
hide.
no. The hide. Well, the hide, as it is right now, is a great blanket. But we have contacted another artisan, a leather worker, and we can work together to turn the hide into magical leather armor. We can also fashion it into some metal to make splint out of it, or scale mail. By focusing more on a couple more of the scales, if feasible, it will make the armor magical, but it will also, since this dragon was a dragon of necrotic suffusion, it will allow you to move through cracks of the earth with minimal difficulty. It will make your body a bit, how you say, light, and allow you to just move through the earth.
Like a bowl.
Like, well, for the most part, specifically the dragon that you brought us was a shadow dragon, but some dragons have the ability to claw their way into the earth and burrow. This will do the same thing, but with ease, allowing you to burrow into the earth.
Oh, okay. So how much for that one?
That will cost, depends on the armor. If we're talking leather, that would be 1,000 gold. If we're talking scale mail, that would be 1,500. And if we're talking splint, that would be 2,000.
Okay. Grimthorpe will grab Van and Lupus and kind of like get them into a group huddle. It's like, okay, show what we're thinking.
I'm thinking that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Look, you've already got really good armor, so you probably don't need none of that. But like, the cloak sounds really good.
Yeah, we'll go with the cloak.
Yeah, Lupus, there we go.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
you're doing
fair
two
enough.
of those, right? So that's probably better than one of something else.
I think the cloak
Yeah.
will be perfect for Persephone or Kiki.
Yeah, and your armor, you're already alright with it. He kind of like points to yours, Lupus. Like, your armor, look, the type they were talking about, the scale mail, like, that wouldn't work for you, would it?
By attaching the scale mail to the armor.
Yeah, so the 10 dragon scales would become scale mail.
Oh, yeah.
I would also like to mention regarding your claws and fang. The claws we can fashion into daggers, worth nothing. We can work on this for 100 gold each dagger.
Okay, yeah, that's good. The fangs?
And the fangs, we can work them into short swords. It would cost about like 400 gold each. But
If we can get that
Persephone
short.
does need a new weapon. Cuckoo.
but we have also been, and you see the elf turn to the other and go, well, it would be feasible for us to work into something more unique.
Like?
Well, these weapons are not just any kind of weapons. These are claws and We can work them into Dragon Age weapons. By
What's that?
practically, you carve the bone off of the unnecessary thickness, and you make a very powerful weapon out of it.
Oh, okay. No.
Can you,
How much would that cost us?
Well, that's the thing. We haven't really necessarily tried such weapons, but it will cost a little bit more to make some form of weapon out of them. Now, the claws are a little bit too small, but the fangs would work for this.
yeah,
Right. Hang
it's
on.
gonna still be a simple weapon, right?
Well, that's the other part. We could fashion multiple of these fangs into one bigger weapon.
Maybe before that, out of character, what type of simple weapon would fit Persephone more?
Probably a short sword. I would say short sword. Because she's higher in dex than in strength.
Well, but remember, I also have the overpower.
Yeah.
gauntlets.
Still, though, like a short sword can be used with strength is the thing. So.
It is versatile.
As long as it's simple, I can use it.
Give
Yeah,
me
yeah.
one. I'll fetch you the weapons that are simple.
All I know is simplicity now. I have lost my ability to hold a bow.
Well, you can use a short bow.
Fucking Persephone looks at her longbow and goes, "The fuck is this?"
I can't hold you in my arms anymore.
Well,
Not even the one that
here's the
Borealis
weapons that
made for
are
her.
light. Light melee weapons are clubs, daggers, great clubs that are two-handed, hand axes, javelins, light hammers, maces, quarterstaffs, sickles, and spears.
A sickle would be poetic as fuck.
Alright, how about the
Considering
sickle
who
then?
her deity is.
How about the sickle?
A sickle? Yeah, we can work it into a sickle.
Okay. And that would
Would that
make it dragon edge, yeah.
We can forge it into one. I think that's the easiest one we can make, isn't it? Duh, together with dagger. Yeah, we can try it.
Okay. So again, back in the group huddle, it's like, okay, so you didn't want the scale mail, no?
No.
Okay. Because it's really good fighting dragons because you wouldn't get like scared of them and you'd be able to like dodge the breath weapon and shit like that.
Hey, wait, one question. Can't we get something like rings or necklaces with the same effect? You see me asking the elf?
Yeah. Kind of turns back to the elf.
The same effect of what?
Like
That's
the
the
bit,
scale mail.
yeah, like the thing where you were able to like dodge stuff and you're not afraid of them and shit.
Probably. Could find a piece of jewelry like that.
Yeah, can you make them, each of those scales into something like that with the
Each
same
of those
effect?
scales? No.
Or how much?
No, we can't.
I don't think scales are the right material to do that.
Okay. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Again, back into group huddle. Here's what I'm thinking, right? What if we show the stuff we don't want made into something to them to reduce the cost? Yeah?
Right.
I
that
was thinking
sounds
about
fair.
that.
Yeah. So if we show them some of the bits of dragon that we're not planning on making into something, then they can just use that for something else, and we can get the
Alright.
stuff that we want.
Alright, sounds fair.
Alright.
Van looks up at Onyx and said, "What do you think, little buddy?"
Yeah. What do you think?
You see Onyx just scratch the bottom part of his chin.
I'm picturing Onyx like the next day is going to report back to Varric and be like, so they were selling bits of a dragon to a blacksmith. He went, they sold fucking what?
I like how you imply that he's acting like a monkey in front of you, but the moment Varric is like alone, he just stands on 2 feet, just completely straight back, just takes hold of a piece of paper and goes, okay, so they have sold like this, and that, and that.
So yeah, Grimthal will turn back to the rest and say, right, so, we'd like the wings made into the cloaks. We'd like the 2 claws made into daggers. The fang made into the sickle with the dragon edge on it.
No, that will cost you about like, let's say 300 gold.
Cool, yeah, right. And then we'll show you the odd, the 10 scales, and he pulls out, and he pulls out the Shadow Dragon tail.
Well, what is...
That's the tail.
That's the tail of the Shadow Dragon.
Oh, that's the tail. Wait, you want to exchange it?
Yeah, so if we show you this stuff, then maybe like, the other stuff you're making for us should be a bit cheaper, yeah?
What are you throwing for the trade? The tail and what was the other thing?
The scales and the odd.
The scales?
Yeah. So, by the way, just for your own numbers there.
You give us the scales
Jen.
and the tail and the eye, and we got the deal. No coin required.
Alright.
Cool.
That
Yeah.
sounds
By the way, that is 10 scales, 1 strip of hide, and 1 dragon shadow dragon
done.
tail.
Deal.
All right.
Alright, you clash hands. Just...
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. So we're looking forward to seeing this. So you said it'd take about a week for the whole thing, yeah?
It will take about a week for us to work on these items. We'll be honest. If you want us to work on them all together, it will take a little bit more time.
I mean, that's fine. Like, we all want them all done in one big order, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and thank you for the sword.
Oh, yeah, thanks for that, too.
Of course. We have stronger rapiers if you're in the market for stronger stuff.
I think I'll just improve this one, and by paying you guys when we get the money.
It's alright. If you are, however, in need of good materials and weapons, come back to us.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah. Right, you know what? But you were saying before that you might be able to make my club better too.
We've looked into our supply of gems, and we have found a supplier that still has some. We got some enchantments on it. You said it is not enchanted before.
Yeah, no, I'm done not with this. He pulls the birch club off his back.
We can work on this. We have some magic that we can imbue on it. Depends on the kind of magic you want.
Okay. Well, what could you make it do?
Well, we have a few gems that can give it different magical effects, depending on how much coin you want to drop. For instance, we can imbue it with a mark of courage. The gem that does that will be hammered into the wooden frame of the club. We'll reinforce it with some iron banding to keep the whole thing from just breaking apart, because it is wood. Which will make the weapon also magically innate, but we have seen this effect take place when used in weapons that have the mark of courage. Practically, it steals your heart, steals with 2 E's, and it doesn't steal your heart, and you not only do you feel braver, also those around you will feel braver. To the point that not even death will scare you.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah. Alright, that's a good one. You got anything else?
We also have very common enchantment here in Magiana is an enchantment that places a crystal on the front or top of a weapon or a side, and we can make a glyph of an eye on it. It will allow you to, while holding the weapon, see invisible creatures that are in close proximity to, the rune.
Oh.
Now,
Wait.
now,
I think
I've
all
had
of us.
alcohol that does that.
well, it does that so long as you are able to see. Granted, some effects of other crystalline material might dampen or hinder it, but for the most part, you'll be able to just see invisible things around you.
Okay.
You can use that one.
You got no one, or was it just two?
The fact that you're asking for me is just making me sweat a bit. Like, oh, what we are.
Like, oh shit, we really thought he'd go for the first one.
This is for the weapon.
Joke's on them. Orcs are discerning shoppers.
I mean, when it comes to weapons, yes.
We do have one.
It's like the one thing they actually give a crap about when they're buying.
It's it's from a buyer that we're not very. It's not a very credible source, but if it is selling, there are some crystals that are only found in Gavarian grounds, and these crystals are usually found where dragons were slain. They have a very unique red coloration to them, and they have a very even more unique enchantment. A weapon that is enchanted with such a crystal becomes a Worm Slayer weapon or a Dragon Slayer weapon.
Okay. Alright, I think I want to go with the courage one.
Courage.
Yeah, because I've already killed 2 dragons, so I'm not that worried about taking them out. I'm pretty sure I could take a dragon now. But yeah, I think the courage one sounds good.
Very well. Granted. We'll get the gem. That will cost you 1,000 gold.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Ripthod will look through his resources and look at his kind of looks to Lupus. Is this enough money? Kind of shows him
we'll have to.
The 490 gold that he has on him.
That's not enough money.
Oh shit. Okay.
And the one that we just made by selling the 1,020 from the.
Oh, that.
What?
That's a group.
I mean that's everyone's money though. So.
Do you think that's useful to give Grimdot out of character?
That's the thing. Yeah, what does the group think?
Hello?
Well, 3 of the group isn't there, but
Out of character, we're talking right now.
Yeah. Van wouldn't have an opinion because he doesn't feel at this point that, he's not enough of the group to be.
Yeah, no, he's technically. Although you are stuck with us now, like by law of the government, you are stuck with us now.
It's not my first court-ordered mandate.
Hashtag too real, goddamn.
I was trying to fix my sheet for like last 30 minutes. So what are you thinking about getting to Grimdot?
Okay, so thinking of getting an enchantment on his Great Club that he hasn't basically used since the start of the campaign. That would give it basically a bonus that would make everybody. The bonus basically was described as like it gives courage to everybody. Right?
I'm not against it, but like, will you use it? That's the thing.
I probably will. Like, here's the thing: I'm probably going to be swapping out between weapons more often, depending on like if it's something that's like weak to cold damage, if a group buff of encouraging would help, or if just raw damage is what we need in the moment.
Huh. I don't see why not.
Again, it is 1,000 gold. It is a large portion of our group loot.
I mean, we've wasted worse on everyone else.
Yeah. We could do it that I take 400 out of my own gold and then like 600 from the group loot instead.
Okay. Well. Sucks, Kiki. I mean,
Ash, Jack, your opinion?
yeah.
I don't know. Like you, if you think you're going to be swapping out weapons regularly enough.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: if you think it's useful, then I would say why not.
Yeah.
There are ways for us to make money.
Yeah, I think the idea of a weapon that gives a group buff might also just be a good idea in general.
And you can't put it on Celebrator?
Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, I was thinking about
They
that.
were saying that with the crystals it has to be an unenchanted item. So like
Oh,
yeah,
it is
like
enchanted. Okay.
so yeah.
I'd say it's up to you. We still have like all the spell scrolls to sell too. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably gonna make us up some money as well.
I
Okay.
know I will be using a lot of money though, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, I think if I take 600 out of the group loot, that still leaves us with 1,300. So,
Alright.
do we feel like that's enough?
Yeah.
We also, again, we are also getting all the dragon stuff effectively for free now because we traded in the dragon stuff we didn't want. So that's not a concern now.
Well, you could have also. I feel like you overgave. That's why they were so eager to accept that deal. You could have probably got some cash out of them.
Yeah.
But we're not there.
But I'm not there.
So yeah.
You let the boys go shopping. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I needed a nap.
So yeah.
We only know retail. We don't know wholesale.
Yeah, if people are willing to allow the 600 to go, then Grimthod will pull it out. It's like, Frago, do you think this is all right?
Yeah, right.
Right. Puts down 400 of his own gold and 600 from the group loot.
Very well. Handle the club and we'll have it prepared for you in a day.
Oh, that's really quick.
Yep.
All right, yeah, cool.
If we have the crystal at hand, we can do the enchanting process in about how many times faster than most other blacksmiths? 10. 10. This would normally take someone 60 days. We're masters of our craft. We can do it in 6. Well, 1. So like, is that the right math?
You see Lucas
Sounds
in
right
the
to me.
background. They're kind of amateurish, but alright.
Right, well, I guess I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Depends on whether I've got jobs, but I'll definitely be back in a week for the whole lot of them if I'm not back tomorrow, okay?
Well, please do, and take care on your travels. Try not to die. You're a very valued customer in this establishment.
Oh, yeah, shame yourself. And I guess we leave.
As you're exiting from the store and making your way where? Are you going back to the tavern?
We're heading back to the guild so that we can meet up with Kiki when she comes out of her trance.
Yeah, no worries.
Did
You
we
make-
ever?
Sorry?
Go ahead.
Did we ever agree to that?
I mean, we've got nothing else to do in town, so we might as well.
You're making
Yeah.
your way
I mean,
forward.
before she went to take a nap. She wanted to talk to her family.
Here we're gonna
Which
have
I
an
did find
entire
in the chat.
adventure with just the 3 of them, just going on a journey. As you are returning, you notice that on the streets, like, there's a group of people that are talking with other people, and they are wearing these very distinct, rather heavy-looking plate armaments with draconic details and outlining. And as you're approaching, one of them turns to you. The individual has a black ebony dark steel helmet that covers most of the face, with a skull design to the front, a bit of a bronze coating on it, and you notice it has a pair of horns to the side as well. Not horns demonic in form, but just stylistic, similar to like an elk, not an elk's, like a deer's. And this individual turns to you and says, "I'm sorry, if you have a moment of your time, tell me, have you heard of any activity draconic in nature? Have you seen any dragonborn around?"
Hey, wait, sorry,
What?
what's a dragon burn?
Skeleton form, draconic visage.
Oh, Nah, never seen nothing like that.
Well, no, we didn't see anything like that.
You see
Is
them,
it
like-
just the one guy, or is it
No,
like a
no,
group
you can
of
see
them?
like a group of them. There's like 10 of these soldiers that are moving around asking people as they're moving like a group around. You do see there are magisters accompanying them. And in between them, there's also a person with long grey robes, red runes that are marked onto the back, resembling strange giant. And I say strange because the group that you can recognize a little bit of it is very, very, very sparse. Like we're talking, someone wrote this in a way so that it's both giant, understandish, but also common to an extent. They are moving through the plaza, just asking civilians what the signature connectivity, and you do see that the magisters that are accompanying them are keeping a very close eye on them.
Like, did your dragonborn thing do anything bad, or?
They're a plague and a pestilence.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen any?
Right, well. Yeah, no, we'll let you know.
I will let you know if we find anything.
You see the figure like move away from you.
Right, well, bye. Oh, wait, hang on, there's a dragon on his birthday.
Let's just keep going back.
As the one is leaving, you see the figure in the grey cloak kind of like sniff the air a bit. Like, wait. You.
Oh.
Which one they looking to?
They're looking straight towards you.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah?
You see the figure like approach you. I'm sorry, Seb, have you...
That's kind of creepy, old man.
Have you had an encounter with a dragon lately?
Yeah.
Not a small one.
Oh my god, what did we talk about, Lupus?
Yeah.
What did we literally talk about earlier today?
Do tell.
Well, because I kind of looked at Lupus kind of like, I was like, we saw one flying over us, and we like, oh fuck, a dragon, and we like,
seen it.
hid. Yeah, it was like down south, like below this place. What was the name of that
this place? Which place? This place?
What's
See,
it called?
take out a map and point at it on one of the other continent.
Yeah, down there.
Just give them a random location because I don't remember anything over there.
Okay. That's where you saw it.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
see what
sort
it
of
was
out
flying
over there.
towards? Was it flying towards the mountains?
Yeah, the mountains, the rock mountains out there.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your help. Come.
No worries. Best luck killing it.
You see the
Have
person, they kind of like twist their arm a little bit, and you see the figures stop and move towards him. We're leaving. Thank you. Very kindly.
Best luck killing it.
Have fun.
The figures begin to move away from you.
When they are gone, and everyone's like, I can't believe that fucking worked.
You see, Lupus? In all technicality, that wasn't a lie or anything. I just pointed at the fake direction of. Where the hell was I pointing?
I think you like pointing to where the pig was. Remember where we heard about that big pig that lady wanted us to kill? Yeah, around here.
Yeah.
When you mention Big Pig, Van's stomach growls audibly. He hasn't eaten in several hours.
That is very true.
Oh shit, you just reminded me, we skip breakfast. Shit, okay, yeah, let's go get something to eat, fuck it.
Yeah, you head back to the tavern to grab yourself some lunch. Some breakfast. And this is where we're gonna end it for the session today.
Yeah, alright. I'm shocked we didn't have to roll fucking deception on those guys. Holy crap!
Yeah, we're reaching like... it's almost 10 p.m. for me, and we kind of started at 6:30. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Thanks everybody for coming.
yes, thank you all for watching. That was
Thank you.
Yeah,
honestly a lot
thanks.
less stressful than last time. My God.
I got to take a nap.
Last time was mechanics. Let
Yeah.
the dice do the talking.
thank you for watching. I hope everyone has had a good time. We'll find one another again, and I want to see if the quality of this is better.